Shawn, welcome back to the show. Our country is in revolt.
Democracy is a failure.
It is falling apart rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm of the opinion that it looks like there's a bit of a rebirth of democracy going on down in Coutts, Alberta. What are your thoughts of having been delayed at the border crossing there, Shawn?
I'm torn on it because I agree with something needed to be done, but
On the other hand,
I feel like truckers blocking a major port is kind of a shot in their own foot. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Go plug up downtown Edmonton. Nobody gives a shit.
yeah,
But don't block a major port.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't like that.
yeah. There's lots of truckers who can't cross the border there at Coutts. So like, you had to
They
head
can.
west?
They can. They're just too lazy to either drive somewhere else, or their dispatch is too lazy to write them paperwork to go somewhere else.
Ah, okay.
You looking for Briley? Yeah, over there. At Mom and Dad's.
Oh,
Hi.
That was my girlfriend.
Anyway.
I don't remember where we were with that, but yeah.
So where did you have to cross then?
Kingsgate, BC, or
okay.
Eastport, Idaho. So,
Right.
it turned my 6.5 hour ish drive from just outside of Helena to Lethbridge to about a 14-hour drive from Helena to Lethbridge.
Yeah, that's not great.
No, it's less than ideal, but
Yeah.
what do you do?
Yeah. I have no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably could have went through. Apparently they opened up a lane. So, but they wouldn't even do our paperwork for northbound cattle. So they were just like, no, the less trucks that come through here, the better. So
Yeah.
go to Kingsgate.
Interesting.
What a joke.
Did you see, I believe it was yesterday, there was a bunch of guys got their horses
It's
out
like
there at Coutts.
450 people on horses.
Yeah, and they were just riding around, just
Yeah.
making a statement, which, well, I mean, that's pretty badass. I mean, it's pretty rare that you see something like that, so.
Yeah, the old charging light brigades. Over
Yeah.
there.
Fucking,
What time are we in?
Seriously.
these guys carrying swords or
You got Paul Brandt out there in a fucking helicopter. Jesus Christ.
what? He was in it, really?
Yeah, he flew in like a bunch of sandwiches or something in his helicopter.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
badass.
That's fucking tight.
He was going to do a concert, apparently, like an outdoor concert at where they're blocked off at Milk River.
Yeah.
I don't think it happened, but it was supposed to be yesterday.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
That's sweet.
Well, he could have wheeled up with some sort of like stage truck and trailer.
Yeah.
He could have just
Yeah.
had a little concert going.
And I don't know. I thought that it was his idea, but apparently it was somebody else's. I think he posted something on his Instagram. Rodney was telling me this morning, but
Oh, I see.
I didn't look because I didn't
Oh,
really
so
care.
it
But
was probably someone else was trying to organize it, and then
Yeah, and I
he's
don't
probably
think-
feeling like he's being coerced into it or something. So,
yeah, 100%. But
huh?
yeah. So it's quite the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what I'm
Government's trying to starve people in downtown Ottawa. That's also cool.
yeah, really cool. Love that.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat?
It's good.
They're in Ottawa. You can't find hotel rooms because the government has essentially bought all vacancies in the city.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
It is fucked because they don't, they don't want these people to be able to go anywhere. So they want them to leave the city. The best way to do that is prevent them from having a nice warm shower or a place to go. So if you buy up all the hotel rooms, well, they'll just leave.
Making some discomfort.
These are truck drivers. I don't know if the government knows this, but we can go a long time without showering or giving a fuck about personal hygiene.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
truckers are the dirtiest people I know.
yeah, exactly. We're pretty used to that.
Yeah.
And especially if you're not really doing anything and you don't really get dirty.
Yeah.
Like if you're just sitting in a truck.
Yeah, fucking go a whole
Yeah,
week.
it's just a natural stench. That's
yeah, like
it.
I mean, I'm a shower every day kind of guy.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But, you can go
You
a
can get
couple
by.
days.
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
go a
get
couple
by.
days.
Liver King out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Seen yesterday, there's another rally in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Bunch of guys with tractors were driving around. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Actually, I think a guy we know was up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw while I was
Having a
catching
bunch of Dutchmen.
I seen a bunch of Snapchats, stories and stuff like that coming out there. There was some bar and grill where all these guys decided to stop for lunch or something like that, and so they just packed the parking lot full of fucking tractors.
Nice.
Yeah, I was in Red Deer yesterday, and there's even a little rally going on right on Gates, like the first intersection there in Red Deer. What is it, Gates and
Well, what is the two?
yeah,
What
yeah.
it turns it. What do they call it? I don't know. It changes names
I don't know
when
my
it hits Red
street-
Deer
yeah,
city
I-
limits, but
yeah, exactly. But
Yeah, I try to not pay attention to Red Deer.
yeah, I try to go around, but
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can
there's a
usually
little-
stay on the 2 and just go right on through.
yeah,
Yep.
fair enough.
Do you got a knife?
do I have a knife?
Holy man, is that pissing me off.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that thing. No, I don't have a
You don't
knife.
have a flush cut, so you can cut them zip ties.
That's
It doesn't,
despicable.
Aubrey, that doesn't make just turning the zip tie doesn't negate the fact that the
Guys,
tail
zip
is
ties-
sticking in his
I'm
eyeball.
sorry. It fell off, and I didn't have a side cutter, so I left it. I got one going on. They break all the time. Okay.
You
These
could just,
do?
yeah,
Yeah.
they suck.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I
Made
put
out
little
of-
ones on here, and they break all the time.
They're made of high quality Chinesium, so
that's right. Yeah.
Chinesium.
the freshest stuff they got.
Yep. Huh. So yeah, the world has gone insane.
Yeah, there's protests now in Australia and the Netherlands, Finland.
Yeah.
Oh, even in the States, there's
States.
a little one going in Idaho too.
Mm-hmm.
They were, I don't know what the fuck they have to protest down there. They're doing great down there.
Yeah.
Especially Idaho.
Oh,
They
yeah.
haven't had COVID rules ever. They never did.
They never did. Yeah.
They never had a mask mandate. They never had.
I think same with Montana.
Well, to be honest,
Montana did for a while.
Okay, but they haven't had any no mandates or anything for a while.
No, it's been a long time. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's over down there.
Yeah,
So I don't think Americans realize how shitty it's been in Canada
Oh, yeah.
the last 2 years.
yeah.
yeah. I don't think we realize how good it's been down there for the last year, unless you've been driving through Montana or
Well,
Idaho.
Yeah,
or-
see, I do. I see the difference, every week.
Yeah.
That's what makes me hate living here so much more.
I guess the
Yeah.
people in LA and New York would definitely know. They'd have an understanding. 'Cause
yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty
those
much
are
the same shit.
Those are
Yeah.
basically the only states that where it's still super locked down.
Well,
Well, I guess maybe
go
Illinois
to-
because of Chicago.
But
as
I think
well,
even like Northern California,
Exactly,
and
yeah. Yeah, they don't give
and
a fuck.
like upstate New York, I doubt that there's anything.
yeah,
Yeah, just those major city centers.
yeah, big urban centers that are just still fucking nuts.
Yeah, they're crazy, and I'm sure like Portland and Seattle are both still a mess.
Yeah.
I mean they're a war zone 24/7, 365, anyways.
Yeah, Chirac,
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
they've been having a pandemic of opioids for years. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Having ourselves a bit of a pandemic of bullets.
Done caught lead poisoning again.
Reggie done caught lead poisoning there the other day. High speed.
High speed lead poisoning.
Yeah.
You guys heard of that new Jewish dating app? Yeah, PayPal.
Where's the button?
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
Is that your joke? Did you steal that from somebody?
Oh, I stole that for sure.
Yeah,
Where's that
has to be
from?
stolen. That's
Where's-
way too funny.
That is way too funny for you.
Oh, that's Mark Norman.
Oh, that is.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I just got that new. Yeah, how's he go? Yeah, I just got that new Jewish dating app. What's it called? PayPal.
Yeah, that's
Comedy
Comedy.
the GoFundMe stuff is pretty interesting too.
with the protests.
Yeah.
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 So how did that all go? They raised about $10 million,
Yep.
and the GoFundMe, the people behind the GoFundMe mask saying that only $1 million would be released and the other $9 million would be dispersed to charities of GoFundMe's choice, because they deemed the protest essentially it didn't abide by
Their terms of
their terms of what a protest should be or something.
yeah.
So most of that money was just going to get dispersed to whatever the hell GoFundMe wanted to do with it. So most people are like pulling their money. And so eventually GoFundMe was like, all right, fine, we'll just pull the whole thing.
Yeah, they pulled the
So-
whole thing, and then I think they're just going to refund everybody.
Yeah.
But it's stupid as fuck because like GoFundMe had shit up for Black Lives Matter when they were burning down fucking buildings.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that was okay, and that money was still good to go. And I saw on the way here, I was looking on my phone, there was a bunch of bouncy castles set up in the middle of the road for kids.
Yeah.
Like some dangerous insurrection you got here,
Yeah.
fucking Canada. Like,
Yeah, I love it when the dangerous neo-Nazis set up bouncy castles for the kids.
yeah, like what?
White power.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you see a bunch of guys playing street hockey. Like,
Well, and there's so many Sikh guys there.
Yeah,
because
'cause
those
they're
guys
pissed too.
Yeah, those guys are more mad than the white guys are.
yeah,
Did you see that
Absolutely.
Tucker Carlson clip about the white supremacist agenda? It was this guy that was going around interviewing. He's like, so what's your thoughts on the white supremacist agenda? And he walks up to a Sikh guy, like, as brown as you can get. And he's like, this is not a white supremacist based protest. This is for freedom.
They're so
bro, listen here.
How do you
This is
fucking
not white
ask that
supremacist.
question to a Sikh gentleman? Like, it just doesn't work.
those
Yeah.
older Sikh guys they're so eloquent.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like somebody asked them just an absolutely stupid question like that, and
They're like,
you know,
"Bro."
us we'd be
Oh,
like, you would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, you idiot?" Right?
Yeah.
Those guys are just like, "No, listen."
They're very well spoken and
Yeah,
educated men.
They
yes.
are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know those. I've been watching lots of the Instagram reels and shit that some of those Sikh guys are putting out.
Yeah.
They're drawing a lot of comparisons to the farmer protests that happened in India, which was mostly made up of Punjabi Sikhs, farmers in that region of India, who were fed up with certain policies that I don't know the exact specifics
Yeah.
of why they were irritated. But they basically started a convoy and drove into Delhi with their tractors and stuff to protest some policies. And the Indian government essentially they tried pitting everybody against each other, and that's
Yeah.
essentially why it
Divide and conquer.
It divided and conquered, and it never worked. It never worked in their favor, in the favor of the farmers. So a lot of these Punjabi guys are like, "Hey, listen, we got to make sure that this thing, like this, actually works." We saw what happened in India, and we saw how the government divided everybody up and made everybody fight each other. So we have to, stay strong, stay together, and not get divided on petty issues.
But you go into Calgary, and all of those trucks, they all have huge like banners on the back windows and stuff like "No farmers, no food."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those guys they're just as pro all of this stuff as we are. Like they're
100%. Well, especially the Sikh religious sect, their religion, because they've been on the short end of the stick pretty much their entire existence.
100%.
Because they're sort of a relatively new religion. It's only been around 500 years.
Yeah.
And they've been oppressed by various, empires over the years.
Yeah.
And so their entire existence is essentially to fight for survival. And so, whenever they see a government overreach, they just recognize that as
Yeah.
the government is trying to stamp us out.
Well, they see where it goes.
And they know where
Like,
it goes.
Us as, European, Canadian guys, that have grown up
Descent.
here and been
Yeah.
here forever. We haven't really seen that kind of overreach. It's been so slow here. Like, obviously, it's slowly getting worse, but it's moving so slowly that we don't see it. Those guys from over there have seen it happen firsthand. They know where it goes.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, they've seen what true overreach looks like.
Oh, yeah.
And it can be bloody.
Yep.
it gets there. Yep. That's why I am not at any protests, because I'm too angry.
That's a good call.
I get too angry.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm kind of, I don't know. I like the idea of protesting, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that change things a lot faster if you want.
I know.
Did somebody mention pipe bomb?
Yeah.
We here at Brothers Radio do not sponsor the use of pipe bombs at any protest.
Yes. No domestic
Disclaimer.
terrorism.
Disclaimer.
Quick little disclaimer.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to get kicked off Spotify because apparently that's happening as well. Well,
Yeah.
not kicked off, just leaving.
Oh, yeah.
Kicked up. Well, yeah, leaving. And they're actually, well, speaking of Spotify there, they pulled quite a few episodes of Joe Rogan already.
I don't know. I've kind of been following that, and I keep checking because I have Spotify,
Yep.
and I have been checking. All that shit's still there. I was listening to Neil Young yesterday.
Oh, Neil Young's still on there?
Yeah, I was listening to him yesterday.
So he's just,
Shit, let's check.
I
Let's see.
was looking through Joe Rogan's, because it said a bunch of his stuff got pulled?
No, I checked today.
You checked today?
Yeah,
Oh, so maybe they just pulled it today.
Episodes, right off the bat, episodes 20 and 21 are gone. What are you doing, Gump? Neil Young?
Yeah, like it's still on there.
Yeah, Neil Young's still on Spotify, man.
Yeah, like, and that's why I don't believe any of this stuff on, Facebook and like social media that's saying all this stuff's getting pulled and whatever. Because I was listening to Keep on Rockin' in the Free World 10 minutes ago, and then my phone on Facebook is saying that Neil Young pulled all his music. I'm like, well, no, he didn't.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. So
what's interesting too, I don't think Spotify ever put the first episode of why am I not remembering his name?
Alex Jones.
The first Alex Jones episode with Joe Rogan, it never was on Spotify.
Him and was that the one with Eddie Bravo?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Because the second one was with Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that second one was shortly after he signed that Spotify deal.
It was, I think it was like
It might have been the
second or third episode. No, the
after he
first
signed
one he
that.
did signing was Miley Cyrus. Was
Right.
after he signed, which
Right.
everybody was like, really?
Yeah, everyone's like, okay.
This is your
suspicious.
first one.
This is suspicious.
Yeah. But then, no, I think Alex Jones was, like maybe 2-3 episodes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. And Tim Dillon, too, which is
Oh, he's
awesome.
hilarious.
Yeah. Did
I
you
love
listen
him.
to Tim Dillon's episode with Joe Rogan? I got about half an
Oh,
hour
yeah.
in.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Tim
That
Dillon
guy's-
he is the man right now.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, he's an opinionated character.
Oh, no doubt.
What was it?
great.
What was he talking about? You need to have a show. Forget guests. Just have a show by yourself, because I don't care about other people's opinions.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yes or yes.
Check out Tim Dillon. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, shout out to the 6 people that listen to this and the probably million people that listen to Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
Go join those
Yeah,
guys.
make sure you give that guy some love.
But those 6 people, Tim Dillon, he's the man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there's a thought on the top of my head. Now it's fleeting. What the hell was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, so a guy I know, he lives in Ottawa, he's a public servant twice over.
Okay.
So he's a military reservist, and he also works. His daytime job is he's an administrator guy in the Department of Defense.
Okay.
He basically works in the office, does paperwork or whatever the fuck. Anyway,
Yeah.
so this guy's like super duper bootlicker.
Right.
I've never seen someone lick a boot so hard. And he posted something on his Instagram here the other day. Something about the picture was a picture of the toilet paper aisle in a Walmart or whatever store he was at. And he said, "The capital will not submit." And then we need to get rid of the hashtag Flu Trucks Clan.
What?
Which
Flu
I
Trucks Clan.
which I fucking laughed. 'cause
That's clever
funny.
as hell.
That's
I like
hilarious.
that.
Flu Trucks Clan.
Oh, the statists are trying to meme.
Well, they kind of succeeded with that one. That was pretty good.
It's
I like
pretty funny, but how misguided is
It's
that?
kind of cringe. I don't know.
Flu Trucks Clan.
I laughed and then I'm like, oh. But like, how misguided is that to like associate the clan with this? Like, are you completely retarded?
Yeah.
But that's, I don't know. I have tried to look into the minds of statists. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't understand licking boots. I don't understand enjoying oppression.
Yeah.
I don't. Why?
I don't
People
understand.
who support cops are idiots.
Anyone who supports the people who support the state are people who are unable to make decisions for themselves.
100%.
And so, yeah, for guys like us, it's hard to understand that because we've known nothing other than making our own decisions.
Yeah.
But, you know, I guess, yeah, like you see people like that and you just scratch your head. You're like, are you even a real person? Is there anything inside of you that has any ambition in and of itself? Or are you just waiting for someone to tell you what to do?
He is quite literally a cog in the machine.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He's the
Fucking
that,
cock in the machine.
that meme, you know,
Machine in
the
his cock.
NPC meme that goes around where it's, you know, it's just like a gray outline of a human being with like a generic face, robotic face on him. It's like that completely applies to people who are unable to decide things for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love how most mainstream conservatives think that. They think that they're on, you know, the libertarian, you know.
But they're just as bad.
And then they're flying like a blue line American flag
thin
with
blue
with a
line.
Gadsden flag right beside it. I'm like, you are deluded.
Yeah.
You have no idea who you are.
Yeah, or like championing the Freedom Act,
Yeah.
which is like literally the U.S. government allowing itself to spy on anybody for any reason.
Patriot Act.
Oh, sorry, yes, the Patriot Act. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, thank you, Bush.
Yeah. Yay. But at least he was a Republican.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Yay.
Doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't mean shit if he does something like that.
Same wings of the same shit bird.
No doubt.
Fun fact, Donald Trump put out more gun control laws than
That's
Obama
true.
did.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I know
So,
a lot of
Take that, Republicans.
I know a
Idiots.
lot of Second Amendment guys who are not Trump guys
Yeah.
for that reason.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how can you be?
Yeah.
You can't be.
You can't be. You
Trump
can't.
doesn't know shit about guns.
No.
Like, if anybody who thinks that this billionaire from New York is on their side with guns, what do you mean?
This guy literally lives off of Big Macs, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, like people are so blind down there. There's such a defined line. There's no middle ground
know.
anymore. It's a fucking war zone down there. And we think it's bad up here, like, conservative, liberal, or whatever. It's nothing here. The lines are still pretty blurred here.
Yeah.
Well, they take it so seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievably seriously.
Tribal.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hugely tribal down there.
Yep.
What if here's a theory, boys. Here's a hypothetical. Possibly the future. What if the United States became the disunited states and it was just 50 new countries?
I mean, it is a thought to go that direction, but I don't know if they could. The states are so interconnected at this point from being in that union. I don't know if they could. A few states could break off here and there. Say Texas.
Yeah. Texas,
is
California
probably
could probably do
somewhat
its own thing.
self-sufficient and could do all right.
Yeah.
But, like little landlocked states.
Okay, what the fuck is Maine gonna do?
Yeah, what is Maine? Well, they're not landlocked at least, but what is like Colorado going to do? You're in the middle, Nebraska.
Well, here's the thing. Wyoming won't even know for 4 years.
Yeah.
They're like, what? We're our own country.
Yeah, the next generation of Wyoming will then find out, but
Yeah.
the ones that are currently alive will have no idea.
Yeah, they'll come down from their mountain cabin after hunting for wildebeests for 8 months.
Fun fact, me and Rodney were looking up, we were bored the other day, rich or famous people who have like ranches in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Kanye West has 2 ranches, not one, but 2 in Wyoming.
That's badass.
One outside of Cody and one outside of Jackson Hole.
And Post Malone has
He's got a big
he's
place in Utah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
That'd be the move.
the Kanye West one that's for sale right now outside of Cody, Wyoming, is called the Yeezy Campus.
Well, isn't that where he always hosts
He does sermons.
those weird church things he does on Sunday, where
Yeah.
they're just like mixing beats and like dancing and shit?
Yeah, which is in the middle of
It's in Wyoming. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
So that's not culty at all.
Yeah,
No.
that's Waco vibes for sure.
well, I mean, it's
100%.
he's taken a page right from Joseph Smith's playbook. Start a cult, move to somewhere out in the west in the mountains,
Yeah.
and build a church.
Yeah.
I-
it worked out for the Mormons. I mean, they're the probably the richest entity in
oh, yeah.
So do you think maybe
North America.
You think Kanye West is gonna start the Yeezian church?
I mean, I'd join that before I'd be a Mormon.
What's his... I thought he legally changed his name. Didn't he?
I have no idea.
Kanye West?
Yeah.
Really?
Pull that shit up.
Okay, we'll Google this.
I'm pretty sure he changed his fucking name.
Oh, he's a lunatic.
Oh, he's a madman.
Name change.
Yeah, Yee.
Yeah, he just changed it to Yee.
This is just recently. The artist formerly known as Kanye West will,
in
will now be
October.
officially known simply as Ye or Yee.
Yeah, I guess it's Yay. You say Yay.
Ye. Yee.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Okay, so that's super culty.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not Scientology culty, but it's still pretty culty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like some of the videos where he's playing his electric piano and he's just like bunch of people in the back and they're all just like
Yeah, everyone's
dressed
to
in
the
white,
beat.
just vibing.
It's
But other than
interesting.
that, it's a little much.
Yeah, he's
Being formerly known as Kanye West, I am Ye. Okay.
that was in 2018,
Right.
Oh, wow.
September 29th.
So now he's legally done it here last October, it sounds like.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know. Still Kanye.
It's true. He's they say he's a genius. I don't mind some of the Kanye songs, but what the fuck does he know about Jesus Christ?
Well, I think he's kind of what you would call an idiot savant. Is that
exactly.
the word?
He's like he's a genius when it comes to sound design and engineering.
Oh, absolutely.
And then like I don't even know if you can I don't know if he can tie his shoes. That's why the Yeezy shoes are like slip-ons. Probably because he can't even tie his own shoes.
Are they actually slip-on? I've never.
Are they? Or are they lace up?
No, they're laced. Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeezys are laced.
All right.
Velcro, probably.
They light up Velcro shoes.
Yeah.
There's your
That'd be
sign.
Sick.
No, those are Shaq's shoes.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't Shaq own like over 100 like some burger joint? Doesn't he own like 100 burger joints?
I don't know.
He
Maybe.
owns a lot of shit. Shaq he's a tycoon.
I think he's got a lot of money and everything. Like he's.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, as a Shaquille Burger place, what is this?
Shaquille's restaurant downtown Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
No, but
His
I
own restaurant.
I thought he owned like one of the chains, a bunch of chains, like not Whataburger
He's got a
or something like
chicken chain.
Shaquille's Burger Place
like
near Linden,
Fat-
Alberta.
like Fat Burger or something. He owns a bunch of Fat Burgers or Five Guys maybe.
Well, he could have like money into because I think those are publicly traded companies.
Yeah.
I'm sure he just has money into them or whatever.
Yeah, I think he owns a ton of Five Guys.
Who?
How the fuck do you spell restaurant?
LeBron James is a part owner. Or I think he's like co-founder of. Don't quote me on that, but he's got a bunch of money into Blaze Pizza.
Oh, interesting.
Nice.
Big
Shaq
chicken.
opens Big Chicken.
That's a perfect
Location in Islanders' new $1.5 billion arena.
And-
As the
and
NBA
what's-
icon expands his food empire.
And what's his DJ name again? Because he's been
what the
DJing
name. Oh,
too.
Papa John's. He has a bunch of Papa John's.
Oh, is that
I
what
just
that
saw
says?
that. Go back to that.
Owns
Various
various
Papa
Papa John's. And now he's got a couple other restaurants and also this one called Big Chicken.
Because I forget what his DJ name is. Because he's been at a few raves and shit. It's awesome. Guy just does whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah,
DJ Diesel.
DJ Diesel.
That's a perfect name. That guy runs on Diesel. He's a big fucking dude.
Yeah, he's a big man.
He's hilarious. You ever see him drink a regular sized water bottle? He's using 2 fingers to drink it like it's like a Dixie cup.
I love compilations of him just drinking regular sized water bottles.
Yeah, or just holding things.
Yeah.
Like regular sized objects. The man is like 7'4" or whatever the fuck.
No, he's
400 pounds.
Yeah. I think, is he 7? He
I don't
might
know.
be 7.
No, he's not 7. He's just
2.16. I don't care about meters. What is this, Great Britain?
no. We're
Give me
in,
some
we're in
foot.
Canada.
Give me some
Gump.
footage.
God's sakes.
In U.S.
7'1".
Oh, yeah.
7'1". Oh, that's
Wow.
tall.
That's a
He's like what is he's probably
That's a big chicken.
7'1" and what's 147 kg. He's a 23 shoe size, ladies and gentlemen. 23.
You know, I'm 81 kg.
I think I'm like 70 something.
Oh, no, you're probably the same as me.
I hate you, Google. I don't
have no
care.
Like, how many pounds do you weigh?
320.
175?
Yeah, about 175.
That's what
probably.
I weigh.
Okay.
Shaq weighs 325
Yeah, but I'm a
pounds.
foot taller than you, so
Yeah, but I have a belly. So
I'm
it all
starting to
equals
get
up.
one, man.
Are you?
I had to move up a jean size.
Oh, no.
Haven't
the-
you been the same jean size since like grade 12?
7, grade 7. I had jeans from junior high, man.
Could you fit into them? Like, obviously you got longer.
Well, and jeans tend to shrink over time as well.
Yeah, that too.
So I was wearing them up until a couple weeks ago. I was wearing a couple of pairs of Wranglers. 'Cause,
His Wranglers were starting to turn into khakis.
well, they're just white at that point, right?
Yeah.
You wash them so much they just turn totally white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking awfully trendy today, Sean. Are those new? No, these are old.
Yeah, actually, they're old. Yeah.
You know, the price of old Levi jeans are worth a lot of fucking money. Like, there's
Like
Like original
jeans.
used jeans?
like the Levi company has been in business since the 1800s.
Yeah.
But in like early 1900s, like in the 10s, maybe somewhere in there, their main factory burnt down and they lost all the designs to their original pants. So the pants that are previous to that fire are worth huge amounts of money.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like this one guy was spelunking in some old barns or something, and he found a pair of jeans jammed in like a chimney, and it was pre 1910 pair of Levi's, and they were worth like 20 grand, like huge amounts of money.
It just
Holy
goes
shit.
to show that anything that's rare is worth money, no matter what it is.
Yeah, but they were in like good condition. Just they never got any sun. They're just jammed in a chimney.
Right.
Like plug this chimney. That's all it did. For
Interesting.
like sat there for like 100 fucking years or more.
So they were probably in good enough condition that, I mean, obviously these are really old, so these are more like museum items,
I think so.
collector's
Yeah.
items.
Or like
Probably, yeah.
worth.
Yeah, nobody's
big
going to
money.
wear those.
No.
But who the fuck has a museum? The Museum of Jeans? That's definitely in Nebraska. Like,
Well,
Oh yeah, for sure.
you probably could have sold them right to Levi. They probably have a little.
yeah,
thing
they'd
going
probably
on.
buy them back. Yeah,
Glass of whiskey, Adderall, and diesel jeans.
DJ Diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's weird museums for everything, so I bet there is a museum of jeans. I bet you Levi.
We have a fucking museum just down the road from here about dead gophers. So,
Yeah, never been.
Yeah, they're all stuffed.
have you never been there?
No, I still want to go.
It's not worth it.
It's fucking
been there.
weird.
That's kind of what I assumed.
I'll never go back.
It's not worth it.
I mean,
But,
honestly, I'll probably never go to Torrington again in my life, ideally. But
yeah.
Yeah, the Gopher Hole Museum.
You know what they say? All bad decisions lead to Torrington.
Do they say that?
I say that.
let's ask Brody Perry.
That guy's an avid patron of the Torrington bar.
Apparently, they got a good burger there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
They used to have killer Caesars. I haven't been there in years.
I heard the owner of the Torrington bar would, like, if you got real hammered drunk there and ended up driving home, he would charge a room onto your tab, so you'd pay for the room, but you ended up driving home. And if you ever got
So then you had to,
so you
like-
never got
yeah.
never come back on him that he was, that he let him drive home or whatever.
Right.
So he's kind of shady that way.
Oh, I see.
I think that's smart.
Yeah, that's from a business standpoint,
Yeah.
because you are in Torrington after all. It's not like you have a bouncer at the door, filtering all the crowds coming into the bar. So you got to make
Exactly.
money somehow.
Well, I mean, the Hilton, I mean, obviously it used to actually be a working motel, but they had like a drunk tank room.
Oh,
I think they still do.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been up there.
I've never been up
How
there.
much is a room a night? We were reading reviews on the Hilton, the Acme Hotel the other night.
Like recent reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we were
Like-
recently reading like a
Because
week ago.
I don't think that they actually rent out rooms still, do they?
They do, but you got to be in a pretty bad state to get a room there.
Yeah, I feel like that's got to be pretty tough. Like,
Yeah.
that place is disgusting.
Oh, it's not- it's
hard.
gross.
It's
The reviews
gross.
are awesome. They
I'd
were
rather sleep in my pickup.
I mean, I left.
sleep on the street.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly,
my pickup, at least I clean somewhat.
the concrete
regularly.
the concrete isn't going to give you syphilis. If you sleep on the street, you're at least it's a hard sleep, but yeah, you're not going to die of some unknown disease.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an icky place.
Yeah.
I love it though.
I made it halfway up I wanted to check the place out. I made it halfway up the stairs, and then this fucking crackhead who lived up there got mad at me and told me to fuck off. And I'm like, okay. So I
They got a
walked
crackhead
downstairs.
living up there?
Well,
Again?
at the time, I don't know.
I thought only crackheads lived up there.
Was it Lundy?
No,
Because
No,
I
no,
only
no.
know one guy that actually lived there.
No, this was long after he lived there.
Oh.
This was maybe only a year or two ago. So.
Oh, okay.
Is the third floor still burnt? Like, wasn't there a big fire that went through on the top floor?
I don't know.
Well,
the
the
whole
original-
place needs to be lit on
The
fire.
the original bar burnt down in the 30s.
Yeah, but I thought the top floor of that place, like the one standing now, I thought there was a fire and they never fixed it.
I have no idea.
I don't
It
know
could
either.
be.
That would make sense.
Yeah, allegedly.
That could be. The place
have
is
no
a
idea.
fucking. It's greasy.
If I had a time machine, I would go back to the Acme Bar like 1974.
Yeah.
Now that would be a time.
Oh, absolutely.
See my grandpa sitting there.
See, look at my grandpa passed out drunk.
I don't even have to like pick a day where I think he's going to be there. I just pick a day because he's going to be there.
That's fair. If you went there in like the early 90s, you would just see the same people that are still there today.
Yeah. Yeah. A little
Give or
younger.
take a few.
A little less white hair.
Yeah, a couple have died, but
Yeah.
the ones that are still alive are probably still sitting in the same spot.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. The VLTs were probably like slots at that time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder when they brought in VLTs or slot machines.
I don't know. I don't know how that
apparently that ruined the bar.
Yeah, allegedly.
According to.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I don't know where that story came from. Someone's opinion. I can't remember where that came
Probably
from.
our dad.
Probably could have been. Could have been. Yeah.
That bar was great before the VLTs.
Brought the VLTs in and drove the prices up.
Riff Raff come with VLTs?
I guess. Yeah, guys like Ray from Trailer Park Boys. Some drunk, passed out, trucking Phantom 309 motherfucker comes in there, loses $60, loses all the drinking money.
That's the fucking way she goes.
Hot hamburger sandwich eating bastard.
Hot pull the fuck over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Shawn, remember probably about 2 years ago now, you were telling me you were reading a book about the Comanches.
Mm-hmm.
You still have that book? Or
probably.
Would you lend it to me?
Yeah.
Cool.
If I found
if you can find
it.
If you can find it.
It's probably at my parents', to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, we got lots of cool books.
Because I'd read the fuck out of that. I was thinking about that, like the Comanches. You were saying like one line in there, or no, maybe that's from a movie. I can't remember exactly, but the name Comanche essentially just means enemy.
Oh, that's from that line is from. Shit! What's the movie? I can't remember the movie. It's on Netflix.
Transformers.
There was
Best I can do.
no Comanches.
No,
but there was a couple brothers in Texas, and the bank was trying to. Their mom died, and the bank was trying to take the house from under. So then the brothers went around robbing banks,
right?
And then they were laundering the money through the casino, in Oklahoma,
right?
Like they would put it all into chips, and then they would get a check from the casino when they just brought the chips back, and then it
would be clean money that they won at
that they won gambling, right?
Yeah. Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water,
right?
Which is an unreal movie if you haven't seen it. But yeah, that's from that because he was playing a card game with a Comanche guy, and they weren't getting along very well. And the guy's like, the Comanche guy was like, "Do you know what Comanche means? It means enemy, or enemy of everyone, or something like that."
Yeah.
All right, I'll pull it up. Let's see.
It's really good, really good.
Oh, I'll have to watch that movie.
It's very good. That whole history of those the Indians down there is pretty cool. And you can call them Indians because they still
they still go by that.
They still go by that in the States.
Interesting.
Yeah. What does it mean in their language?
In their language, yeah.
It says, well, I'm sure it means
go
human beings.
Go up. Does Comanche mean enemy?
Allegedly derived from the Ute word Comanchea, meaning enemy, or literally anyone who wants to fight me all the time.
So the Paiutes actually named them that then.
Okay. So
is what this is saying.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, the Comanches are originally they were driven out from the east, correct? Or how did that work? They weren't native to New Mexico.
They were kind of a wandering, like they didn't have a specific place, I don't think. Right. They just kind of went around and they just got into these big wars with all these other tribes who had lands that they kind of stayed on, and they were like the Mongols of North America of the time.
Right. Well, and then once the Spaniards, let horses loose, and then the horses just bred like crazy, and so then there's these massive herds of horses. Eventually, I think it was the Comanches and some of those people who first figured out how to ride them. Oh,
they mastered them. They didn't just figure out, they were better than any European on a horse.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's really fascinating because there was no tradition for riding horse before that. They had never seen a horse before.
Yeah.
So to master it in one generation is that's a feat. That's a technological leap you wouldn't believe.
I can't remember how young the Comanches, they would put kids, training kids to ride these horses from a very young age. Like all these kids knew since as far as they could remember was being on the back of a horse.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even so much training how to ride a horse; it was how to ride a horse in war.
Yeah.
And that's where it really
And
changed.
and without a saddle, like imagine like trying to fight on a horse without a saddle. You don't have stirrups, so like trying to stay on that fucking thing. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. No, they were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Still are.
Still is.
I still
Still are 17,000 of them still around. Right on.
yeah.
Rock on, boys.
I enjoy the tribes down there, like Comanches, and I mean, I don't think there's anything left of the Paiutes, but the Navajo is really cool. I don't know how the fuck they can live where they do, right? Like that's all.
Yeah, how do they get
northern
anything out of that?
Arizona, like southern Utah, southern Colorado, like
Yeah, it's just stark desert down there.
it's just desert and rocks, and like how do you survive?
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah. Well, there was, I believe along the Colorado Valley, there was all kinds of people in there that actually farmed, like they grew corn and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They used the river to irrigate their farms.
Yeah, well, I mean the Colorado River going through there was probably some form of early irrigation that they use off the river.
Yeah, like in that there's that Johnny Cash song, Ira Hayes, Ballad of Ira Hayes, and in the song he talks about. So Ira Hayes' people were the Pima Indians in Arizona,
Right.
And they were farmers. They were sedentary farmers. They weren't nomads at all. And because of the dams that were built along the Colorado, it basically dried up all of their farmland. And so then they were forced to, essentially, they had no other choice but to become wards of the United States government.
Right.
So then, then all the other horrible things happened to them, and they became dependent on drugs and alcohol and et cetera, and not great. But before that, they were a completely self-sufficient people on the Colorado River.
I think some of those dams, though, on the Colorado have helped, though. Like, say, like the one at Powell, like that's not a lake. That was all flooded by that. And I mean, it's
man-made lake from
and it's not usable land, right?
That's
like
true. It's not like
they flooded.
Well, it
rocks.
was all just that red rock, and everything's all worn, little valleys and crevices, all
Yeah.
just filled up with water.
yeah, it's not like you're flooding out like fresh farmland.
Yeah, and
So-
and same with like Hoover. I don't know if Hoover did anything to any farmland. I kind of doubt it.
No, I
Yeah.
thought they were harvesting trees that were under the water, in like
Oh, maybe.
around Hoover. So it flooded all that land. Well, there's a bunch of trees, and they would send divers down to cut the trees, and they were so buoyant they just shoot to the
They
top.
would just shoot to the top. Yeah.
Well, I thought
don't
that
know.
was more along the Columbia. That
Oh,
they
it
would
could
use
be,
down.
like
the what the fuck is that one called? It's in Washington.
Yeah.
Grand Coulee.
Yep.
Grand Coulee Dam. I think that's the biggest dam I think in the States. It's actually bigger than Hoover, I'm pretty sure.
Could be. Columbia River is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. That drive, so coming from like Pasco and coming around, you come around the bottom side of the river and like into like northeastern Oregon. That is a gorgeous drive. I love that part of the world. It's so nice. It's a huge river.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's by volume, it's one of the largest in. It's not a very long river, but by sheer volume of water that flows through it, it's I
huge.
think one of the largest.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Pretty part of the world.
Yeah. Says here that the Comanches they'd be distantly related to the other Utes and the Aztecs actually,
Interesting.
which makes sense because the Aztecs, they migrated from the northern parts of Mexico and what would be kind of Texas, New Mexico, down into the southern parts. So at one time they were all hanging out, all part of the same group. Fascinating.
I'm sure as the Europeans came over here, I'm sure they kind of splintered off into different sects and stuff as some of them got killed or moved or whatever got pushed out of wherever they were.
Yep.
They kind of splintered off into more groups. It was probably a little bit more unified before contact.
Oh
Yeah, I think that
first contact.
the Comanche are one of those emergent tribes that kind of they came together because of European expansion. Like they weren't a society that existed prior to. They sort of formed after the Europeans showed up.
Yeah.
And so, like the Shoshone, they were part of the Shoshone Confederacy.
Right.
And the Comanches left the Shoshone. But, I think they didn't really exist until like mid 1700s.
Yeah.
And then that's when they got the horse, and that's essentially what solidified their culture. Was
Right.
that they discovered how to ride the horse.
Yeah, I think that was a main driver of their culture was the horse.
Fascinating.
It is. It's very cool. I enjoy that part of history. I think it's pretty cool.
Well, that's like the Seminoles down in Florida.
Yep.
The unconquered Seminoles. They still call themselves that because they were the second president of the States, Jefferson.
Yeah.
So Thomas Jefferson basically ordered all native peoples in the southern United States, east of the Mississippi, to get the fuck out and go to Oklahoma, which is the new Indian territory.
Yeah,
they
go
called it.
west.
And
Oklahoma still is.
Yeah. Yeah. And so basically, so that resulted in the Trail of Tears. There's lots of the Cherokee and various peoples like that. But there was groups from the Cherokee tribes and some other tribes that refused and retreated into the swamps of Florida, into the Everglades, and then adopted the name Seminoles. Mm-hmm. And to this day, they're the only native group that is in Florida. I think they're the only native group that still exists in
the southeast.
Yeah, in the southeast that still has claims to land because they fought the United States for 20 years and they never did lose.
That's pretty good. Well, I can't remember how long the Comanches fought the U.S. government too, but they put up a good fight.
Oh yeah.
I think late into the almost into the 1900s, just about.
Pretty much. I don't think
late 1800s.
Was Geronimo Comanche or was he Navajo? Or was he Apache? Oh shit.
I think he was Apache.
Okay, hold on. We got to see. There'll be some. It'll show leaders here.
I don't know. Yeah.
Comanche Wars. All right. Now we're talking. Talking about war? Hell yeah.
I don't know a ton about them, but I find them interesting. I probably should do more research, but.
Come on. Where's Comanche people? There's probably someone here that's a really prominent name. Why is there not? Okay, I guess not.
I'm almost for sure that Geronimo was Apache.
Okay. Amorous Man was the civil chief of that band. That's cool.
Because I think the Apaches were somewhat similar to the Comanches.
Well, and I
in that
believe
way.
The Apaches were also in the Shoshone Confederation, I believe. Which that was a huge confederation because it stretched all the way from the northern half of New Mexico all the way up to Idaho.
Yeah.
It was a huge confederation. Well, it doesn't say that it didn't really show any names that I recognize here. But.
New show, an Indian show of some kind. I can't remember what it's on, but I keep seeing TikToks or whatever of this show. I can't remember what it's called. Something. It's Reservation Dogs. Is what it's called.
By Quentin Tarantino?
No.
I think I may have heard of this.
This kind of looks badass.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's on, but it actually looks pretty good.
On FX and Hulu.
Okay.
That's hilarious. Oh, it premiered in August of last year.
Yeah. It looks pretty good.
It looks pretty funny. Hold on. Let's get some images. Oh, yeah. And it's just like Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
That's badass.
That's funny. Love it.
There's a picture of Quentin Tarantino. That's
yeah. There's also one called, there's a movie that came out in the 90s, which I know is really, I don't know, we watched a little bit of it in a class for some reason. It's called, I think it's called Smoke Signals.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, this is the one, Smoke Signals. And apparently it's pretty funny.
That looks very nice.
Oh, that's with, he plays Ira Hayes in
that,
Flags, no, what's it called?
Flags of Our Father?
Yeah, it's with Scott Eastwood.
Yeah, and Clint Eastwood directs.
Yeah.
He's directing it.
About what's that island they took in Second World War?
Iwo
Jima.
Yeah.
What's that movie called? God, that's a good movie.
I think it's Flags of Our Fathers.
Yeah,
that's
right.
that guy.
Yeah.
Well, let's just double check that.
He's a Canadian actor. You seen him in what was one of those shows in the early 2000s that our parents watched all the time? There is about the Royal Mounted Police.
HBO Real Sex.
No, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What's that fucking show called? He was in there.
Yeah. Oh, fuck's sakes.
Damn it!
Because he's an RCMP guy who goes down to like Chicago.
Yeah,
and
he
he's-
goes down to the States.
What was that fucking show called?
Due South. Due
Due
South.
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 Great little show.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was in that show, wasn't he?
Could have been. Yeah.
Because he is for sure a Canadian actor. Because there's a lot of shows that early 2000 with him in it. He was quite a prominent actor.
That Due South is probably one of the most Canadian shows to ever exist. It is so
I
good.
watched one episode, and you know what it was? It was him. He gets on like an old style sailing ship frigate, and then they start shooting cannons at like this drug running boat.
Yeah.
And the lady who plays Emma in Corner Gas is like the sergeant on the ship or the chief, and she's like yelling orders and shit. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah, it's the most Canadian shit you've ever seen.
The best part about all those Canadian shows, they have a pretty small pool of actors to pick from.
Yeah. Mhm.
So there's like a wide range of shit. You get the dynamite expert off of
Graham Greene.
Yeah, Graham Greene off of Red Green. He's like deaf as fuck on on Red Green, but then he's playing some like real important actor in a TV show.
Yeah,
It's
he's
like,
in
wait a
he's in
second.
the Green Mile.
Yeah.
He plays the first
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
to get shocked in Green Mile.
That's right, exactly. He does a fantastic job in that movie.
Yeah, he's in Dances with Wolves. Yeah, exactly. Like you can like trace those guys through like a bunch of small movies, and then you
Yeah.
see them. Then every once in a while, you see them pop up in big American Hollywood pictures. You're like, holy shit, it's Graham
Yeah.
Greene. Like, what the fuck?
as like a
Yeah.
like a walk by guy.
Yeah,
they never have a
exactly.
huge.
Right there on the right side, 10-2 Cardinal. Or who's that guy?
Oh, they're in Coeur d'Alene. No way. In this movie,
Oh,
they're in Coeur d'Alene Indian Reservation, Plummer, Idaho.
Oh yeah. Okay.
neat.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't watched this movie, but I hear it's pretty funny. So
Interesting.
Budget $2 million.
nice. Hey, made over $6.5 million.
That's not bad.
It's making money.
That's a good return.
Yeah.
Is
Cool.
it? I don't know. I don't really know what they expect from a low budget movie. Like $2 million up. That's a low budget
That
movie.
is a little budget movie.
Yeah, but to make $6 million, I mean, you paid your bills, made a little
You
cash.
triple your money. So
Well, but I mean that's before paying
That's
everybody
true.
and
Yeah.
everything, and that all costs money. So I bet you the
But that-
studio itself probably didn't make a whole lot, right?
that's true. Yeah. But that wouldn't that be factored into the budget, the original budget?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think $2 million is supposed to pay your actors and all that.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe not.
that's your budget. For
Maybe
making
they
a
get
film.
like a commission on shit. Maybe they get 10% of whatever the movie makes at the end.
I don't know.
I'm sure there's a bit of that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something.
Well, given that these are Native Americans, they probably got screwed over in a deal. So
Well, there's a bit of a history of that.
there's a bit of
so-
a history of that.
Classic white man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a song that I think I got a song of the week. I think people should listen to. So there's this band from Toronto called the Sadies.
Okay.
I've been a big fan of them now for like the last 2-3 years.
I feel like I've heard of them.
They're pretty wicked. They have a really interesting sound. They're like you mix like 60s surfer rock with like Western, saddle riding songs, and then like punk rock. You mix all that together, blend it up. That's basically what they sound like.
That sounds great.
It's pretty neat. And so they came out with a new single here like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. It's called Message to Belial. Belial spelled Belial, which I had to Google what the fuck that is. Apparently that's a demon back in like the old Hebrew Bible or something.
So it's Jews.
No, it's like a weird kind of. They always have a lot of
It's
weird.
a song about Jews.
No, it's a song about demons and shit. They have a lot of weird
Same thing.
religious iconography in
Do they have the
in
Do they have the Jewish harp in there, Gil?
No,
Oh,
no.
I see you want to hit that anti-Semitic button.
Are you kidding? We've hardly even broke the ceiling on that yet. We haven't even talked about the Holocaust yet.
Oh man, the whole Whoopi Goldberg said that the Holocaust wasn't about race. What?
What now?
All
What
right,
exactly
all right.
was she trying to get at when she said that?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like
Because listen, I want to agree.
But I need some facts.
I need some fact. What is he trying to say?
Well, I think Whoopi Goldberg mainly is just a fucking idiot, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
I think she thinks that she's a lot smarter than she is.
But like, isn't she Jewish? Like, her last name's Goldberg.
Yeah, but she's black.
But maybe she was
'Cause
adopted.
I don't know if there's a whole lot of black people that are Jews, and I can't speak to that, but I don't think that is a huge thing in Hebrew culture.
Statistically, probably not a lot.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that, I mean, maybe there's a married in somewhere, so she got the Hebrew last name. I don't know,
Huh.
but
That's interesting.
just saying, it's like finding black people that are Mormon. There's not many.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, Mormons are kind of that way
They're
too.
all Southern Baptists.
It's kind of an ethnic group now.
What, Mormons?
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
they're
a bit
their
of an
own
ethnic
race.
group. They're their own. They're their own race.
Of just the whitest people possible.
Holocaust. Now, what exactly did she say, and what was her justification? Let's figure this out. Bill Maher. I don't give a fuck about Bill Maher, that mayonnaise-looking bastard.
I know that she got suspended.
That's funny. Fuck off.
You're going to have to find it in writing probably, because I don't know if it's a good idea to play a video.
No. Okay, what's this? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, so it's about... Okay, so... You know the book Mouse, which is like a graphic novel about the Holocaust?
Okay.
And Hitler is a cat, and then all the Jews are little mice. It's very interesting. Written by a Holocaust survivor. So a Tennessee school board banned the book because there were complaints about the novel containing nudity and a lot of bad language, and it's also, it's the Holocaust. Maybe there might be an age limit on that. I don't know if you want to have your 6-year-old kid come across that one.
Well, I personally don't feel like indoctrinating my kids, so
Yeah.
No.
But anyway, so Goldberg said, personally, I'm shocked because given the story of Mouse, I'm surprised that that's what made you uncomfortable. The fact there was some nudity. It's about the Holocaust, the killing of 6 million people. Okay. If you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race.
So what was it about? It's not about race. It's about man's inhumanity to man.
That's what it's about. Okay.
Okay. No, though it's not.
It was.
It was almost
hold on,
strictly about
hold on.
race.
It's about man's inhumanity to Jewish people.
Yeah, like this is saying about a Christian man's inhumanity to a Jewish man.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
that 100% is about race. You
Yes.
can't. I don't understand how you can make that argument.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and then so Anna Navarro, who's also on the show, was like, it's about white supremacy and going after Jews and gypsies and Roma. Gypsies and Roma are the same thing. You didn't have to say that twice, you
Yeah.
dummy. But anyway,
That's because she's an idiot.
a simple gyp would suffice. And then Goldberg responded that it was two white groups of people. The minute you turn it into race, it goes down this alley. Let's talk about it for what it is. It's how people treat each other. It's a problem. It doesn't matter if you're black. I understand what she's trying to get at.
I understand what she's trying to get at, just because she's basing it strictly off skin color, which seems to be the new thing to do.
Right.
Is
Yep.
to base race or just strictly off skin color.
Right.
It's not, though. It's not, because a Christian white person is different from a Jewish white person. Your skin is the same color, but there's not a whole lot of similarities there. Like,
Yeah, like there's a
somebody from
different
Israel
cultural-
and somebody from the UK are very different people.
Yeah, a very different culture that they grew
Yeah.
up with. Sure.
So, I mean, I don't agree with basing it strictly off skin color. That doesn't make sense to me. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, like Africans and Black Americans are very different.
Yep.
You can't just base it off skin color.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so I kind of understand what she's getting at as well, because I think what she's trying to say is that we shouldn't study the Holocaust necessarily through that lens of skin color and race.
Yeah.
We should understand it through, like she said, how people can be cruel to each other over relatively arbitrary things.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they were the scapegoat.
Yeah,
exactly.
Was what it came down to. It didn't matter if they were like the Polacks were the same thing, right? There was,
yeah, how many Polish people? Same amount of Polish people died in
Yeah.
the Holocaust as Jewish people. I
Yeah,
believe.
exactly.
So,
They don't get the press.
well, it's because they're Polish, and they don't own Hollywood. Oh.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
See, now I crossed the line. I said they owned Hollywood.
But yeah, I get you're trying to understand the motives more than just seeing color.
Yeah, like if because you
I
look
get
at
what she's getting at.
you look at how people talk about the Holocaust today. It's like you can sense like the real the white people should be guilty aspect to it. or
100%.
and it's like, how does that solve anything? Because something like this, a genocide, can happen anywhere at any time for almost no reason.
The Armenians
And the Turks, and the Turks also killed Greek people.
Mm-hmm.
The Rwanda genocide was two people killing each other because one group of people was slightly taller on average than the other group.
Yeah.
How arbitrary is that?
It's not about color at all. Jordan Peterson was talking about how victimhood kind of leads to genocide, and it usually ends up being a genocide on the group that is apparently victimizing. Right? That's kind of how it starts. Like, so
they feel that
Nazi Germany felt like the Jews and the Polacks and everything was like subjugating them.
Yeah, that they were.
So then they turned it around, and now it turns into a genocide for the side who is apparently the oppressors.
Right, who feel that they're under attack.
Which is why it scares me a little bit the way everything's going against, European descent white people in North America, because it's like, we're not oppressing anybody anymore. I will confess that there was definitely some bad shit that the Europeans did coming over.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's not happening, but yet it's getting pushed so hard that, we're the oppressors, we're the problem.
No, absolutely. Well,
right?
you can really see a sort of ethno-nationalism forming in some circles of Black Americans.
Oh yeah.
You can definitely see it, and there is a violent tilt to it.
Mm-hmm.
Black nationalism has been a thing probably since the 50s now. Malcolm X, guys like that, the Black Panthers.
Yep.
But it wasn't necessarily, the Black Panthers got labeled as a terrorist group, but they weren't necessarily out to like murder. They weren't going to murder white people for existing. That wasn't their thing. They were afraid, and very much so, I think they were justified in this respect. They were afraid of the state policing their neighborhoods unjustly. So often they would police their own neighborhoods. They would have guys walking around with sawed-off shotguns, wearing berets and shit, just making sure shit was okay. They wanted to handle stuff themselves.
And I'm behind that 100%. It all comes down to who's the real problem here?
Yeah.
The state.
The state
The state is the problem.
pits people against each other.
Govern me harder, daddy.
Isn't there like a Gadsden flag where the snake has a ball gag in his mouth and it's like, please step on me or something?
Please step on me. Yeah.
I've been a bad snake.
But that's what it all comes down to. It has nothing to do, like, individual people. I could be sitting here with a Black American guy and a Jewish guy. I don't know why.
Why do I have to be the Jewish guy? Why'd you point at me when you said Jewish?
Yeah, his skin's darker.
Yeah, your glasses too.
That's true. I'm also better with money than him.
Yeah,
so.
you look kind of.
That is not true.
That is true.
That is not true. You live in my house, bitch.
All right, fair point.
Yeah. Anyways, besides the obvious, anyways,
attributes.
Yeah. But as me as a German descent white guy could sit here with those two people and have a totally fine conversation, and it'll be fine. But as soon as the state gets involved, there's a whole nother deal there.
Absolutely.
There's ulterior motives.
Well, and then there's when you have an entity that has the monopoly on force. Once that gets involved, then you start running into problems.
Yeah.
Then it's no longer an equal. There's no equality of peoples when only one entity, which can be filled with different peoples, but may not necessarily be aligned for the goals of all the different peoples. So when that entity has the monopoly on the ability to use force, then someone's going to get stepped on.
100%.
So that's where almost all the world's problems come from.
Yeah. I kind of tried explaining that to Rodney because he's not the most politically minded guy. Yeah. Yeah. It kind of goes over his head that all the problems kind of stem from the state. And I love the statist, what about the roads? What are we going to do about the roads? That's what they always say. It always comes down to the roads. So you know what? If people want a good road somewhere, people are going to come together and build a good road somewhere.
Yep.
And a private company is going to do it, and they're going to do it in record time.
Yep.
They're going to do a fine job.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna build
When
a
you
nice-ass
have
road.
a government-funded company that is getting paid way too much money to work not enough hours
Yep.
and not do a very good job, you
Yep.
get roads like Saskatchewan,
Yep.
Manitoba, who was NDP run for how long?
Yep.
And the NDP is, you think, oh, more taxes, better roads, better this, better care. No, they were NDP ran for how long, and their roads are the worst in the fucking country.
Yep. Absolutely.
It doesn't directly correlate to life is better just because you pay more taxes. That's
No,
not
the
how it
more
works.
taxes you pay, the more inefficient the administration becomes.
Absolutely.
The bigger the administration,
The more inefficient.
the more inefficient, and they just say, "Oh, let's see what we can barely get away with."
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. What
But
can we
try
skid
explaining that to somebody who doesn't understand, people coming together and doing things separately from the government telling them to.
by? Yeah.
Yep.
Voluntarily.
Yeah, voluntarily. And Rodney made the case that, well, what do you do with in towns and stuff? Well, you would probably have a little town council. Obviously, little local municipal government would kind of come up, but it's for the people, ran by the people. You know, the original what democracy is supposed to be.
It's a localized government.
Yeah.
It's not a government that's a 5 hours drive away in a city
that doesn't understand.
doesn't give a fuck about this particular county.
And you can see a guy that's accountable for his decisions.
Exactly.
You see that guy.
Yeah, you know where that guy lives. So if the fucking road isn't done on time, you're going to go over to his house and be like, hey,
What the
Johnny,
fuck?
what the fuck?
Yeah, he's not in Tofino hiding out because he's scared of the truckers that are their kids are playing on fucking bouncy castles outside his fucking work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that, I can't believe. He just ran away. Trudeau ran away from Ottawa like a coward.
Very convenient. Oh, I have COVID. Well, what? that is the oddest convenience I've ever seen in recent history.
Yeah.
I know of people that have pulled the "I have COVID" card, and then you see pictures of them. They're like hiking in the mountains. They post it on Facebook, and then they get their shit fired. It's like, well, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You don't have COVID, and especially don't go and post it on Facebook. Like,
Yeah, I don't understand the running away.
Me and my
he is
boss.
his father's son, though.
Oh,
Oh,
100%.
shit.
100%. He's just like his dad, except at least his dad could speak. But me and my boss and I had a theory that, because we were like, where is Justin? Where did Justin go? Like, I know where he is. Red Deer, Alberta. You want to know why? Who the fuck would think to look in Red Deer, Alberta for Justin Trudeau? It's the most unlikely place. So that's where he is. I guarantee it.
I doubt it.
held up. What's the big hotel there? Like Billy's and
Oh, isn't that the Ramada?
Is that the Ramada?
Is it Ramada?
What, like by Bellini's?
no, like that big hotel.
Or like the one like at? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
fuck. What's
It's all
that
the same
hotel?
building. I thought it was a Ramada. or
It's
something.
all the same building. I don't think it's a Ramada. It's a. I thought it had a number in it. Like fuck, I can't remember.
I have my doubts that he is in Red Deer, to be honest.
No, that's not it. Go.
All right, hold on. We'll just look here.
Isn't it like a? God damn it!
Radisson.
Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah. There you go.
The Cambridge Red.
Huh.
Yeah.
So that's where he is. He's in the Cambridge Red. Maybe
Maybe it's.
it's just a working theory. But if anyone spots him, like, let us know.
Yeah, maybe don't. I got too much to live for still.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to do something radical.
Yeah. But remember, kids, it's only treason if you lose.
Right.
Oh boy.
The winners write the history books.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can't go to jail if you become the leader of the country.
Yeah, that's true. Hashtag
Exactly.
Nelson Mandela.
Yep.
You've been keeping up on Brian Peckford?
No.
He's filing a suit against the Canadian government.
Oh, yeah, me and Corey were talking about that, actually. Now that you say that, yep.
Yeah.
Former Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, Brian Peckford.
Yep.
He is an original signature of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
And the only guy that's still living, like the only living signature of the revamp of 1982.
Apparently, there was quite the bullshit when they went to do that with Pierre.
Oh yeah.
Pierre tried to write his own and get it pushed into law.
Yeah.
Without everybody else signing.
Without the premier's consent on that.
And
yeah.
I think the Supreme Court told him to fuck his own ass.
No, that's almost quite literally what they said. They told him to fuck his own ass. Yeah. Not he didn't get a single signature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
that's
I
pretty
thought
good.
was hilarious. I was like, holy shit. I was like, history does repeat itself.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And it pisses me off that we let it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who the idiot was that thought it was a good idea. Hey, this guy was an absolutely fucking terrible leader.
Yeah.
Let's get his son in here who's dumber.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll go great.
This is a great plan.
He was a history teacher.
'Cause,
No,
I mean,
what was he? A
at least-
music teacher?
Drama teacher.
Drama teacher. Yeah. But I mean, like, at least Pierre was, I think he had somewhat of a brain in his head. He wasn't, don't get me wrong, I fucking hate him.
Yeah.
But
Oh, and cost this country millions.
Well,
absolutely.
he had some respectable qualities to him, at least. He had the intuition to at least recognize and address the Quebec separatism issue.
Yeah.
And
All Trudeau has done, he has brought the West and Quebec together like we've never seen before.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Who would ever thought Quebec separatists and Alberta oil patch workers would be shaking hands going, wee wee.
I've heard, I know a couple of the guys out there in Ottawa, and they're saying, like, these guys from Quebec are nuts.
Yeah.
Like, they hate him way more than we
man.
do.
Oh, yeah.
rednecks are everywhere, man.
Oh, yeah.
But those Frenchmen in Quebec they're something
They're
else.
pissed. They're pissed,
They're
I'm
mad.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it had that whole like Quebec tried to push through that fine for not being vaccinated.
Yeah,
I think
the
that was
vax
the
tax.
fucking cherry on top for those guys.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah, there's such a defined line between the people and the government right now.
Yeah.
Like, democracy is so broken.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been kind of a farce, but
Yeah.
man, is it
Seems-
broken.
Yeah,
Seems
there's
that
a
way now.
serious disconnect.
Well, and I think people are starting to realize the disconnect between
Yeah.
the governing powers and the actual people themselves.
And
Yep.
and it's scary to see the power the government has over the media and how they can influence.
Well,
Yeah.
but everybody knows that the CBC state-sponsored media.
I-
Everybody's just chose to ignore it until now for some
How many
reason.
billions of dollars did the Canadian government give to CBC?
I think their
1
budget last year was $1.7 billion or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's fucked.
No, it's state-sponsored media.
And it's crazy that the average Canadian can see through that, yet they just push through so much bullshit. It's like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah,
Like-
I don't know. But I mean, it's no different in the States. Look at, CNN is just another arm of the Democratic Party, the same as Fox is another arm of the Republican
Yeah,
Party.
it's just at least they have. Well, that's why they're always so torn down there, because they have two essentially state medias
Yeah, exactly.
preaching to their respective wings,
Yep.
and so then people just get riled up. But
At
here
least
we
we
just have
only
the one.
have one.
We have the one which everyone kind of agrees is horseshit. Like I was talking to this guy from Ottawa that I know, who the guy is talking about the Flu Trucks clan, and we were discussing. He's like, honestly, yeah, CBC can go fuck itself. Like,
Yeah.
they're horseshit. But and then he's talking about how he was reading some other articles which he thought were intelligence, and I thought, no, those aren't very smart at all. But hey, at least we can agree the CBC fucking sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. I mean, and like Global and all the Canadian media companies are all horseshit.
Yep.
They're terrible.
Yep.
The newspapers, like,
I'm looking forward in the next 10 years. Like, this is a positive thing. I'm hoping there's a rise of private media outlets. Guys like me and Gump. I'm not saying we're gonna be some fucking media empire, that's not what I'm saying.
corporation.
But like guys that are truly interested in Canadian politics and want to know the truth. I think there's going to be a big rise in that for sure. And people always want to know what the real story is.
there is, but there's always an odd transition period where everybody thinks that they're a fucking media outlet,
yeah.
which is what we're seeing right now, I think.
That's what Facebook is all about.
100%. Everybody thinks that they have the truth and nobody does.
Yeah.
It's all just a bunch of bullshit coming out of people's mouths that have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what we're going through right now is like, there's everybody thinks that they know the answer, but
Yeah.
nobody fucking does.
Yeah. But
So-
I think there's going to be a select few people that are going to figure that out and understand how to properly, express what's going on.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a rise in that for sure. And I
hope so.
I think people want that.
Well, something has to fill
Because
the
at the end of the
vacuum.
day, I think the average person doesn't want to listen to a 3-hour fucking podcast on try and figure out on their own what's going on. I think they just want convenience. They want to know the truth, but they want it conveniently.
Yeah,
But
they
people want to
quick.
be spoon-fed information because they're too dumb and lazy to look for it themselves.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
The general population is way too lazy to look for information themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They want to turn on the news. They're going to watch it for an hour before they go to bed. They're going to get spoon-fed their propaganda, and they're just going to go with it.
See, and I know that, so I'd like to see a rise in truthful media.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, something has to fill that need. You can definitely tell people are just fed up with your mainstream,
Being
national,
spoon-fed propaganda.
National Post and CBC and all this shit. Most people are sick of it. So, yeah, there is a hunger for it for sure.
Yep. Whether it actually happens or not, I don't know.
I don't know.
I honestly
I know, like you see it a little bit with the rise of the post millennial.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've exploded in popularity over the last couple of years. I mean, Rebel News. I'm not huge fans of them because they
ride way too hard on one side of the fence for me.
Yeah, they're like, it's kind of bordering propaganda as well. So
It is. It's just propaganda on the other side,
Yeah, so
which Canadians don't have, like we said, with Fox.
Yeah.
But Rebel News, I see as the Fox
they're
of
trying.
Canada.
They're trying to be the Fox of Canada, which is like we don't want that. We want as many independent news outlets as possible, so we can get our own story, like figure it out ourselves.
But that's the problem, though. When there's too many and there's too much to look through and come up with your own, people get lazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
then they
There's
default on the
very
CBC.
few people, like say us, that would take the time to actually find out and actually care about what's going on.
Yeah.
Most people don't actually give a shit what's going on.
It's true.
Like I wrote
So long as they can take their once every 2-year vacation to Mexico, keep going to work, buy their Big Mac burger,
Yeah, exactly.
I spent
Mountain Dew.
today. I
People have
spent
become
half
so
an hour
complacent.
trying to kind of figure out what Brian Peckford's whole agenda is, and like pretty much he's suing the Canadian government for like these mandates are infringing on your right to travel around this country.
Yes.
That's basic. The Mobility Act.
It's the mobility that he's
Of
kind
what?
of circling
I wrote it
on.
down here. It's oh god, this who can read this fucking scratch?
Who wrote this shit?
Yeah, mobility right of Section 6. Every citizen of Canada has the right to enter, remain in, and leave Canada.
Yeah.
And he believes that the
But-
mandates infringe on that right.
See, where he's going to fall short on that legally is that we are legally allowed to leave and come back, but you have to do the quarantine thing.
Yeah.
So they can't refuse you entry, but they can make you quarantine once you get here.
Right.
So I don't know how exact that is
But-
on that, but because you are legally allowed to come back.
Yeah. The other thing is
That's where legally I think it falls short.
is traveling within country.
Yeah, with
You have-
interprovincial travel,
Yeah.
which if you can't get on a plane and fly to Montreal, Toronto, or anything unless you have your vaccine passport and all that shit.
You can get tested, I guess, but
Can you get tested? No, I don't think you can.
You have to be vaxxed for planes.
I
I'm
don't think
almost
it's a
there we
test.
go. So I think that's a bit of it too. And then
Even to cross the border now, you have to be vaxxed, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what's basically spurred this all on.
Whether you're like, you can't just get a test and come across the border. You have to be vaxxed. But as a Canadian citizen, they can't deny you entry. So you can still come, but they're making you quarantine.
right.
So they're riding a fine line is all they're doing.
Yeah.
They're not technically, I think, really breaking any laws, or not laws,
Well,
but
then that's what's so greasy about it because it like circumnavigates the legalese of the charter
does.
in a way.
it does.
But that's for leaving and entering Canada itself.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to interprovincial travel, that is it being infringed upon with the
the
passport system because you can't fly within Canada. Now they could argue that you could still drive. And so, but
And that is going to be the argument.
That'll be
and that's
the
why
argument.
I don't think that's going to go anywhere, to be honest. I don't think any of that's going to go anywhere.
That sucks.
Because you can still, it does suck, but technically they're not doing anything wrong, and it's a loophole, yes.
Yeah.
But because it's private airlines that are enforcing it.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Right?
Right.
And that's how they've got away with a lot of this COVID stuff.
That's how they've done it, yeah.
They've pushed some of these private corporations into doing it.
Yeah, doing the dirty
Doing
work.
what?
for
Doing the
them.
dirty work.
Yeah, they
dirty work
strong
for
arm
them.
corporations.
Defaulting the blame onto corporations.
Yeah, exactly.
And like how fascistic is that
100%.
to be in
It is.
bed with massive corporations to then enforce your policies?
Yeah.
It's not even in bed with, though, because these corporations don't want to do this. These corporations are losing money because of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. That
Yeah.
yeah, they're getting strong armed.
But they're getting strong armed. So it's it's hard to blame these airlines for
it's not like they
just
have a choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and same with our schools being publicly funded schools, enforcing mask mandates and stuff for kids. Well, it's publicly funded.
Yeah.
So if the federal government says we're going to pull your funding if you don't, well, now what do? Then now they
Right.
have to because they need
Yeah.
that funding. They're
Right.
a publicly funded school.
Well, and
Walk the walk,
but
or
with
go fuck off.
so education is usually, I'm pretty sure education is the provinces. That's in their purview.
Yes.
So money for a school system is provided by a provincial government. Not the but
I
there
don't know
is
so much about like the big like the universities.
universities. That would be
like the U of A.
that would be federally.
SAIT.
I believe that would be federally funded.
Yeah.
Larger places like that. But I know that K to 12, that's all provincial. But at the same time, the federal government can strong arm the provincial governments
Yeah,
to
exactly.
do, still do that. Maybe they can't control directly can't control the money flowing into school systems, but they can strong arm the government, provincial governments, to still do what they want. I have a feeling that's perhaps partially why Jason Kenney reversed all his policies from the summer, and then all of a sudden we went completely out of left field, and now we had a lockdown again and a vaccine passport and all that shit. When in July, everyone was walking around, no mask, nothing. Stampede went on like nothing.
Yeah, but
happened.
everybody called that from the start.
Yeah,
Everybody knew that it was going to come again. Like,
Yeah.
everybody
Oh, yeah.
knew Kenny was
because he was the only guy in the country that was going that way, and it's like you could tell that he was going against the line, the party line
Yeah.
of the federal government. So it was no wonder that eventually something changed and we had to go back. The argument used was that the numbers are rising again, so we got to lock down and all that. It was like, wow,
That's always the excuse.
that's been the excuse for 2 years. Is that really what happened, or is it that the federal government didn't like that Alberta was going a separate direction?
Yep.
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 Just trying to push their own policy.
Yep. I was talking to where I loaded in Montana. The guy was saying, "Well, why don't you guys just secede? Why don't you just be your own country?" I'm like, "We are a landlocked. We can't do anything as just Alberta. Like, we're somewhat self-sufficient. I think that we would kind of be okay, but yeah, we can't do that. Not as a landlocked sect.
Which is why we take northern BC and build a port in Prince Rupert.
We could take northern BC. Northern
They would
BC is
join us.
basically Alberta.
Oh, they join
anyways.
us in a heartbeat.
Most of BC would. Honestly, everything but the lower mainland.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But ideally, we would do that. But
And we'll make Fox Creek, Alberta, the new capital, the new federal capital.
Fox Creek.
Wainwright.
Please no.
Masquachese.
Oh, yeah, Panoka.
Yeah, well, that's where all the crazy people are. Let's make that the capital.
Yeah, that's where our new premier is at, or our new prime minister's at.
Yeah, exactly.
It's right in the Panoka
Yeah, is
Penitentiary.
he in the new Parliament building, or is he in the crazy house? I thought they were the same thing.
Yeah.
Actually, we haven't built the new Parliament building yet, so we're just going to use the nut house for now.
Figured that was an apt move.
That whole Western Canadian separatism deal kind of fell by the wayside.
Oh yeah. As much as I understand the sentiment, it is rather lacking in foresight.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's not. We would need to take more with us.
Yeah.
We can't just.
It would have to be like an entire Western Canadian block, like
Well, we'd have to take like Northwest Territories. We'd have to take Manitoba,
Saskatchewan.
like, Saskatchewan. You can't. Just us. Even if we had Northern BC and had a port, I still don't think we could really make a go of it.
No.
We don't have enough people. There's not enough population.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be rough.
Not that Manitoba and Saskatchewan really add to that.
No, not
or
really.
Northwest Territories, but
Just land.
yeah, we get lots of land and not very many people.
Well, and if we do take Manitoba, I say we leave Winnipeg to the rest of the East. They can have Winnipeg. We'll make that like a free city.
No, we'll split it in half. This idea, I have a great idea.
The Free Democratic People's Republic of Winnipeg.
We'll call it the Winnipeg Wall. We'll split off.
It'd be like the Berlin Wall of Canada.
Exactly. And we'll have to fly supplies in.
Yeah, the Winnipeg airlift.
The Transcona airlift.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck. Mr. Trudeau, tear down this wall.
Yeah.
I think it'll go great.
No, it wouldn't. It would go terrible.
I think it's a great idea.
It'd be funny.
I'd love to live to see the day. I would. I'd like to not live here when it happens, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would like to be in the States.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking mighty attractive these days.
I mean, Florida's looking pretty good.
Yeah, weather's
It's
nice.
a good time to move to the Keys.
Of course, when's hurricane season though?
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Isn't that-
I'll build a new house every year if I could live in the Keys.
I think most of the time, that's when hurricane season is.
Is hurricane season all the time in Florida?
No, they.
Most.
I think it's kind of midsummer. I think they
Okay.
get when it's really hot.
Right.
I think. Just
Okay.
I don't really understand the whole. I'm not a meteorologist, so I don't understand how that all goes. But
What does this have to do with meteors, Sean?
What's it got to do with
you're an
meat?
idiot.
Bitch, I wanted to be a meteorologist when I was a kid. I wanted to be a weatherman.
Well,
Because you're good at
can
fucking
be.
lying.
Yeah, you just look up at the sky and lie. That's what they all do.
I can't believe to say this, but I think I'm too dumb to be a meteorologist.
You're not.
Are you kidding? You're too intelligent. That's why you couldn't get in.
Paul Dunphy on the Global News is my hero.
That guy was cool.
Yeah, he was the plug. For a while, he grew a mustache. The guy fucked.
Oh, yeah. Good old, shout out Paul Dunphy, fucking Global News Calgary.
Because he never had opinions on things. Like, he wasn't
no, of
just a
course not.
politically charged guy. He was just like,
He's the fucking
this is the
weatherman.
weather to the
Yeah,
east.
weather people shouldn't have that.
To the north, hot and sunny. To the east, hot and sunny. To the south, rainy but becoming hot and sunny. And to the west, death to the west.
Yeah, that's a weatherman from Toronto.
Yeah.
That's your average Toronto weather.
No, we need that one from Mexico, the Mexican weather. What was
Yannick
that?
Garcia.
Yannick Garcia.
Oh my.
Oh, that really sexy weather lady.
Yeah.
She had a rump.
Oh, no doubt.
She needed a class 1 to drag that thing around.
You got your air brake ticket for that, baby?
Yeah. No, she is no longer a weather woman. She's
I'm
making way more money on Instagram now.
Well, I'm sure she has an OnlyFans.
Oh yeah. No, I'm pretty sure she does.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good money.
Because I think, who blew her up, I think, was Aussie Man
Aussie
Reviews.
Man Reviews, yeah. Shout out Aussie Man Reviews.
I guess
He
it's
hasn't been
beauty.
big for a while, or maybe he's still big. I don't know. I feel like he kind of fell by the wayside
I
too.
follow him on Instagram and Facebook.
But yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
'Cause
he blew her up for sure.
The real
Yeah.
OG. I love Australians.
Oh, they're the greatest.
Because she'd be, standing straight to the camera. Oh, yes, we have a Mexican weather woman. And then she'd turn to the side. Oh, fuck me, dead. Fucking legend.
Oh, man. I got into a little short conversation with an Australian on Instagram one day. Because
yeah.
there was someone posted a tweet where it was like, I firmly believe that all 65 million Britons could outdrink all 365 million Americans or something. That was this guy's tweet.
Right.
And then I was like reading people in the comments and like, are you kidding? Oh, the Russians could outdrink this people. Irish should outdrink them, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's all great and fine, but what match I'd like to see is the Canadian drinking team versus the Australian drinking team, because that's a head-to-head match. I mean, that's anybody's game. And this Australian guy comments, he goes, "Fucking oath, mate. Cheers, bud."
And Australians love us too, and we love Australians.
Oh,
There's some sort of weird connection, like being an ex British colony.
Yeah, on the fringes of like development.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like when I remember meeting like my first Australian, I was, 19 or 20 and talking to them. It's like, man, the only difference between us is a weird accent.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
That's literally it.
but then you're like, maybe I have the weird accent.
Exactly. But that's it. Like they're so similar.
Yeah.
Our societies are so fucking similar.
Oh, 100%. And because they're dealing with the same stuff that we are right now,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like,
There's a big
the
protest.
Australians that live out in the outback, they fucking hate the ones that live in the city. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's like there's a convoy to Canberra. I don't know if they're there yet or what, but there's big protests going on in Australia.
Yeah,
right now
I saw
too.
that,
Like
yeah.
they're sick and tired, which they should be fucking pissed because they were actually like taking people, putting them in like these quarantine camps,
Yeah.
like forcibly doing that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, they were doing like it was like an American's worst nightmare, like saying that there was going to be these quarantine camps and stuff. And
Yeah.
in the Americans, that was like a conspiracy theory down there.
It was
They were
actually
actually doing that shit in Australia.
Yeah, there was a lady, and then she talked with like a whole bunch of media outlets right afterwards. But her friend tested positive for COVID, and they had to do contact tracing. So it's like, okay, who did you talk to in the last 48 hours or whatever the fuck?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it says, oh, okay, this person, this person, this person. So they call her, and she denied. How did it work? She denied seeing him or something like that. Like,
Right.
I never saw. No, I wasn't in contact. Right.
Mm-hmm.
They actually took her, tested her for COVID, even though she tested negative. They took her and put her in one of these quarantine camps because she denied having talked to the guy, and the stories didn't correlate. So they're like, oh, obviously she's guilty, so let's put her in this fucking prison.
We're gonna take you to the bush dimension.
Yeah. Go to the bush dimension, Morty. Here we are. There's a bush wizard over there, Morty. It's Uncle Dougie, mate.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. So then they said if she kept breaking the rules inside of that quarantine camp, that they would like keep making her stay there like longer, like another week. Oh,
Yeah.
if you come out of your zone, then we're gonna make you stay another week because you
Yeah.
broke the quarantine rule.
Yeah.
So basically, just keeping her there by force.
Yep.
So fucked up.
I follow a couple. I started off by looking at Harleys on Instagram. There's quite the customized like Harley scene
Yep.
in Australia. So I kind of got a lot of my Australian news from like Australian bikers essentially.
Yeah.
And it was pretty wild going on over there. Like cops, like big protests, and then the cops are out there with riot shields and shit. And nobody can have guns,
Yeah.
right? Because they gave those up
There's
like idiots.
So they just
exactly
throw
16
snakes.
rifles in all of Australia.
That's okay,
I'm
though. They just throw
sure that
poisonous
there's
snakes
lots,
at
but
each
they're
other.
in the outback.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. It's Australia. Just throw a poisonous cobra at each other. Kill a guy that way.
Throwing tarantulas at each other.
Take that, you fucking bastard!
It's just emus fighting kangaroos.
The great emu kangaroo war. 3 million casualties.
I saw a video the other day of an Australian guy somewhere in the outback fist fighting a kangaroo, and it looked animated because kangaroos to us, like North Americans, they don't look real.
Oh, that's like a
when you see them actually like stand,
No,
like they look
You don't
animated.
know? Kangaroos are fake, bro.
No,
It's a complete conspiracy
No,
made by the Australian government.
No, the birds are fake. The kangaroos are real.
Duh.
I don't know. I'm still shaky on if the moon exists or not. I'll catch up to you guys later.
Much love from Albania.
Much love from Kazakhstan. I hate women so much. It's unreal.
I can't. You know, it was weirding me out the other day. I can't remember. I was saying me and you were talking about something Albanian.
Oh, you wished me happy birthday in Albanian.
Oh right, but I said it, or I texted it in Albanian.
Yeah, I'm like, what fucking language is this? Hungarian? He's like, no, Albanian. I fucking pissed myself.
I was hoping you were just gonna like copy and paste it into Google. Like, what does this mean? It's
I was like, no.
happy, or it was happy birthday, brother, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Something like that. Oh, it was,
In
it was just a
Albanian.
bunch of incomprehensible gibberish.
And then I started getting like a bunch of ads for like shit in Albania and like Albanian flags and stuff
Albanian
started
carts.
like popping up on my Google, and
Yeah. Wish is posting like
Albanian
Albanian
vape.
fruit carts or some shit.
Yeah, Albanian vape.
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Speaking of, this is kind of random, but I really want one of those like don't tread on me, but the Canadian flags, it's the goose. It's like leave me alone or whatever.
Please leave me alone.
Yeah.
Or just says honk.
Yeah, that's I sent that one to the Brothers Radio.
Yeah.
Instagram, yeah.
So
Yeah, I thought
I
that was
just sent it
pretty
to
good.
Gump because I don't think Aubrey sees those.
No,
does.
I do. Yeah,
Not bad.
Do you see? Okay.
They always
it goes to
notify
both of
me.
you?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
That's kind of what I'm hoping. That's why, because I send Gump memes just by himself. Mainly ones that I think you won't understand, and
fair.
then then ones that I think you'll both get a kick out of. I sent to Brothers Radio.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I'm
should get one of those honk ones. Set it
Honk.
right about there.
Yeah,
in the corner.
that's. I'm pretty sure I said that too. I'm like, this would be perfect for the studio. Just the Gadsden flag, but it's a goose and it says honk.
Please leave me alone.
Yeah. Love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bud Light's tasting pretty good.
Oh, could I have a beer, brother? I've been sipping green tea all goddamn day. I'm fucking pumped.
It's time to switch to beer.
Yeah.
Rona or Bud Light?
I'll have a Roner. Thanks.
Yeah, so you're drinking the Corona out of a can.
Yeah. Cheers, Ed. You left
shout
your
out
beer
to
here
Ed.
the other day.
We're going to drink the fuck out of it.
Yeah, drink the fuck out of your Coroners.
Absolute legend. He's a fucking legend, that Eddie.
I told
Uncle Eddie, mate.
I told John I'm just gonna stop bringing booze places. I'm just gonna drink other people's booze now. And then when people come to my house, then it's kind of the same deal. They can just drink my booze. It's way easier.
It's true.
That's
And
true.
they're always, it's cold then. You're not just like leaving it sit in
Yeah.
a warm house.
So basically, I'm just letting you both know that I'm not bringing booze. I'm drinking yours now when I come here.
Fair enough.
Cool.
All right.
So party at Sean's
But-
because
but
he's
then-
always got beer.
But then it goes both ways. So when you guys come to my house, I have the booze covered.
All right.
I feel like that's
Gump
a-
takes that philosophy too. He just drinks all my beer.
Dude, it's in the fridge. What am I supposed to do?
He just doesn't return the favor.
I do. You're an asshole. You really like digging into me because you know I get all upset when you claim that I'm a booze thief. I always buy beer. I put it in the fridge.
This guy's just an absolute leech in Aubrey's
I
life.
am not. I pay my rent on time.
I pay my taxes.
I pay my taxes.
I pay my way.
My rent pays your truck.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
I doubt it. I guarantee the payment on that truck is more than he's charging you for rent.
Not much more though.
Yeah, but I guarantee it's more.
It almost covers his truck payment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has to deal with you, so I feel like
What do you mean? I'm a great roommate. I cook. I clean.
Do you cook? You a big cook?
I'm
He's
big
a hell
cook.
of a chef.
Hell of a
Is he?
chef.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Make a
I
mean
mean,
red
that-
sauce.
That spaghetti sauce you made was good.
Fire.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
No problem. I think I'm gonna do another spaghetti night one of these nights.
Good.
Drinking red wine, listening to Italian folk music.
Drinking red wine.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm out for the wine, but I'll.
You'll come for the Italian folk music though, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like when they ear rape that song.
Oh, is it like this?
No,
No, okay, I won't
please
do
no.
that. All right, fine, I won't.
Please don't.
All right, you've convinced me.
What's the German, like the German folk music? Polka.
Polka.
As long as we can have a polka night at some point.
We'll just eat Schnitzengruben and
Yeah, we're gonna make schnitzel and
what's
listen to polka.
drink lager.
No, what am I thinking of? God damn it! It's not like coleslaw. It's
Sauerkraut.
sauerkraut. There we go. Thank you.
That is a fucking nowhere near coleslaw.
Yeah, but Gump got it.
I guess
It's shredded. It's got shredded cabbage in
It's
it.
yeah. I guess. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Sauerkraut,
yeah,
sausage,
bitch.
sauerkraut, sausage, and diesel jeans.
Sauerkraut,
Ale.
sausage, and polka.
Lederhosen. Hell yeah.
I was talking to a German guy. We know a German guy married Briley's friend,
Oh,
like
yeah.
straight from Germany.
Ooh.
Like his
Straight out the Deutschland.
his grandpa was fighting for the other side
He was
for
there.
sure.
He was there.
My grandpa fell off the guard tower at Auschwitz.
But
I don't joke.
Yeah.
Oh, my grandpa died at Auschwitz.
Yeah. What happened? I fell off the guard tower.
Yeah.
but I asked him what he thought of Canadian beer, and he said
Not
it's
good.
It's all shit. He's drinking like a Coors Light or something.
No.
Like, how do
Well,
you
yeah.
like that coming from wherever the fuck Germany?
Yeah,
And
he's
he's
drinking Coors Light. I mean,
And so I asked him kind of how beer is over there. Like, do they have like big brands like an Anheuser-Busch or whatever that
yeah.
makes? He said no. It's all just kind of little breweries.
Local
so
shit.
each town kind of has a brewery in it, and that's just what everybody around there kind of drinks from that brewery.
Nice.
So it's all just kind of privatized.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
the
you want something
local-
different, like you head to a different town, there's a
Yeah.
brewery, you pick up a case or whatever.
Yeah, you just go to the next town over.
yeah.
yep,
yeah.
that's neat.
Yeah, I think that's way cooler than. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Bud Light. Shout out Anheuser-Busch. But
Love good
Take
Bud
my
Latte.
money.
but I think it's cool. I mean, I'm not an IPA guy, which is all the little.
Yeah, well, I don't know why our microbreweries have to go that way. Like, why do they always
I
got
don't
to go,
know.
oh, let's make the worst tasting sour mash beer we've ever
Yeah.
made.
Man, this tastes like absolute shit. Drop it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's terrible. Yeah, this is the worst beer I've ever had. Drop it.
Yeah, why can't they have just a nice little light
Well,
beer?
there is some good ones.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause I did.
No, there's
have,
not.
well, there's Village Brewery makes one called, Village Blacksmith. It's like a really dark beer. It's pretty good. They have
I'm not a dark beer
you
guy.
like your lagers.
Yeah, I'm a lager guy. Yeah, I've had a couple dark beers that are all right. What is the one? What I really enjoyed, and which I wish that they would bring back, was the Budweiser Nitro, or is it Bud
Yeah.
Light Nitro?
Budweiser.
No,
Nitro.
Budweiser.
Was it
Nitro.
Budweiser?
Yeah, yeah.
Holy man, was that awesome!
Those are fucking diddly.
Oh, they're so
Yeah,
good.
you gotta like
Diddly, mate.
you gotta crunch the little nitrogen capsule or
No,
whatever.
they're-
How did that work?
No, you
you tip it. You tipped it upside down, and it brought all the nitrogen
through the beer.
through the
Oh,
beer,
right.
or something. Like, I think you had to tip it a certain amount of times. I think.
Budweiser Nitro, please.
All right, that's
And
like
then
the picture.
and then you took it and you just went into the glass,
Yeah.
and it would foam all the way to the top, and then it would, and all the foam was gone.
Yeah, it was
And
cool.
even the foam was good.
No, dude, that beer fucked.
yeah, it
Do
wasn't
they
even,
still have it?
I don't know. Oh, now it's asking me if I'm old enough. Bitch,
Alberta.
I voted 3 times now.
Just put whatever. Right, just put that month, whatever the month that.
That
September.
day for year 99.
Holy fuck, that's old enough.
Well, I just picked my own birth date. That's not my.
You were born in '99? No, you weren't. Were you?
Yeah, it was January '99.
Jesus Christ.
What you think of that? You
Wait,
think
you
I'm
think
old
he's
or
older
young?
than us?
No, what? No, I'm just saying. Like, I can't believe that. That's how old 99 is.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
No, the 18-year-olds are 2000 and what's the math? 2004?
Wow, we're old.
No. Yeah,
2022.
yeah. 2004.
That's insane.
Yeah. Kids born in 2004 are turning 18 this year.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
so it was
Right there. Flip 3 times.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right.
Before you open it, you flip your Budweiser Nitro 3 times. Keep going down there. Go.
Dude,
Then you
those
pour,
things-
pour hard,
You
right?
pour
Yeah,
hard.
you like
You-
almost squeeze the can.
Yeah, like as hard as you can into the glass.
Yeah.
bro, they were so fucking good. We were hard
It
on
was
the nitros
good.
there
Oh
for
man,
a while.
they're good.
Are
They're
they
good.
still around in the States?
They're very smooth.
Yeah, and it's not even really that. It's not that dark of a beer. It's just a golden ale,
Yeah.
which is nice. Because like when you usually think of like a nitrogen beer, you know, with like the nitrogen bubbles, you think of Guinness, which
Yes.
is like basically drinking pea soup. Like it's fucking, it's thick.
It is thick.
Molasses.
The Corona darker one is good too. The
Corona Negra.
or is it? Oh no, it's Modelo.
Modelo Negro.
Modelo Negro.
Yeah, that's good.
It's very good.
Nice.
I'm a
Yeah.
big Modelo guy though.
I don't think you can say. Oh, I actually just said Modelo Negro. Sorry.
He typed in Negro.
Sorry. It's basically the same. It means black. Negro, it's all black.
Gumpy fuck.
What? What's wrong with that?
Gumpy
Used to
fuck,
be
you piece of shit.
that used to be the politically correct term.
This is a you're on a Ontario beer store. This is a
The beerstore.ca.
Bro, this is the
government funded.
This is lc.ca, Mo. Oh yeah.
that looks good.
Liquor Center.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I had a Mexican friend. He liked drinking these.
Yeah, I like them.
And they're pretty
Yeah, I kind of forgot
They're
about
kinda-
those nitros though.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, I haven't seen them for a while. I haven't seen them in liquor stores here.
Yeah, those are damn good. Damn good.
Yeah,
rather
quite a-
tasty.
I had
might have
quite
to
a
get
few.
back into them.
Rather tasty little number.
Yep.
No, I like Village Brewing Company. They're local. I think they're based in Calgary.
Well, then you
Yeah,
have
Calgary.
you have that what's that brewery in Three Hills there?
Prairie.
Prairie. Yeah.
It's whatever.
We got the sniffles.
But
here,
like
folks.
beers
we
aren't
we
great,
bring in
but
a
not
lot
bad.
of the well, all of the malt
Yeah.
for Big Rock, and sometimes when we would unload malt there, and then they'd give us a 6-pack or whatever of whatever
Some
they were doing.
obscure beer.
Yeah, it was something weird, and I would have one and throw the rest in the garbage because they were terrible, or give them to other guys that like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't. I don't enjoy it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind. I recently in the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, I've kind of dived into some odd beers. Like if I go to like a big pub house, I always grab like a, I don't know, I've seen, what's it called? Trolley 5. It's a fairly light beer. You would like it.
Trolley 5, that's what a lot of people get that at Main Street.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
No, it's
that
a
Trolley 5.
tasty beer. It's quite light, but it just doesn't have that.
See, I'm not drinking beer to get drunk. You know what I mean? I drink beer as a pastime.
As a hobby.
And if I get drunk, well, hey, that's just, you know, that's roses. That's cherry on top.
Well, that's just the price of doing business.
Yeah.
I'm a businessman doing business.
But like that's why I like Bud Light, because I can drink 35 of them and still feel fine. Right?
That's true. But you might as well,
maybe not 35 of them, but
well, you could drink 35 near beers.
near beers, yeah.
Isn't that what old Ralphie Klein used to do? Like there'd be times where he would try and stop drinking because he was a notorious drunk.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, he decided to run for Calgary mayor in a bar while he was drunk. He's like, I'm going to run for mayor. And sure enough, he fucking won.
Yeah, he was at the, what was that one? It was just off the 4th Ave flyover in Calgary. What was that bar called?
Wasn't he always in the King Eddie?
The King Eddie.
Wasn't that where he always hung out?
Yeah.
Isn't there a story of him drunk just throwing 20s at a homeless guy?
He did some questionable things.
But that's pretty badass.
Because I remember as a kid reading like the political cartoons, and it was always Ralph Klein with a big red nose.
Yeah. Well, he did have a rather large nose.
But let's be honest, though. This is state-sponsored media that we're seeing this and hearing this from.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee he probably just was giving a homeless guy some money.
Yeah,
and
man,
then they tried to spin it like he was, he was probably drunk. And he was probably giving a homeless guy some money.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't a piece of shit.
No.
He was definitely out there.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a piece of shit that was going to be throwing, money at homeless people and yelling at them and whatever. I guarantee he was just giving the guy some money.
Oh, yeah.
And then they spun it as he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
How
do you give $20 to a homeless guy with no hands? You got to throw it at him.
I mean, you could set it down nicely, maybe.
I mean, you could put it in his pocket, but you kind of also want to watch him struggle.
That's fair.
Make him work for it.
I still want a picture of Ralph Klein in the studio. That'd be great.
I think, that'd be good.
I think Ralph would look perfect in here.
That'd be funny, yeah. But anyway, so there was a story about Ralph Klein where he was trying to stop drinking. And so he was on a routine fishing trip that he used to do with, I believe, is the Premier of Ontario, who was also a Conservative Party at the time. And so they'd go fishing, and he was drinking these near beers. Well, he drank like 40 of them in a day and was still drunk because like they're all, they're 0.5%.
Yeah, they're like 0.5%.
So you drink 40 beers, you're still drinking like, that works out to like a fair amount of like pure alcohol.
How can the human body process that much liquid?
Well, you just pissing all day, I guess.
You piss a lot.
Wild.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you can get drunk off those. It just takes a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah.
But I remember John bought some of the Budweiser.
The zero?
Prohibition.
Yeah,
Prohibition. The zero alcohol ones or whatever.
The black can, right?
Yeah. We tried them. They kind of taste like cardboard, if I'm honest. Like, it's almost like if you soaked cardboard in Bud Light and then were eating the cardboard.
That's probably what they did. Is they probably took like microfiber rags, dipped it into Bud Light, and then just wrung it out into some water, and then poured it into a can.
Yeah, it's like homeopathy. You take the essence of Bud Light, you put it in water, and then dilute it 5,000 times.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, that's what that Budweiser Prohibition tastes like, and that's what I told Briley that she should start drinking was the Prohibition.
Yeah, that'd be a good
She
idea.
said, absolutely fucking not.
The Coors ones are actually pretty good.
The Edge.
The Coors, they actually taste like beer. So,
no.
Oh boys, speaking of pissing, I'm gonna piss my pants here.
All right,
not here.
Got to race like a piss horse.
Yeah.
This is a piss horse ranch. We raise piss horses. Yeah, it's not much, but it's honest work.
Yep.
Oh man. So I have a tab open here with archaeology stories.
Okay.
Because archaeology is kind of neat. They dig up cool shit all the time.
Right.
So allegedly, they just dug up an old building on the grounds of Oxford in England.
Okay.
And, well, of course, it's possibly the site. Okay, it says here possibly the site of St. Mary's College, which was founded in 1435 for Christian priests of the Augustinian order who were studying in Oxford. It fell into disrepair and then faded away after King Henry VIII seized monastery assets between 1536 and 1541. St. Mary's College, which featured a 2-story college chapel and a library, is also known to have been built on the site of an 11th century Norman house. So they're digging away here, and I guess they found like the foundations of this old building, which hasn't been up for like fucking 600 years.
Interesting.
So that's kind of neat.
It is neat.
Found, what's this? A medieval headless horse burial has been uncovered in Germany.
Oh.
It's 1,400 years old.
Yeah, they find some weird shit. For sure.
It's got no head. Buried with...
Horse's head has not yet been found.
Other graves in the cemetery held the remains of a woman buried with a gold brooch and men buried with swords, lances, shields, and arrowheads.
Some sort of... I'm assuming that there'd be some sort of nobility.
I'm guessing.
With a gold brooch. And,
yeah, probably.
long forgotten nobility.
Yeah. Oh, so in South America, they found a whole skeleton that had been rethreaded together. So what they're... this actually made me laugh really hard. So in Norwich, England, reports that a team of researchers led by Jacob Bongers...
What is his last name? Boggers?
Bongers.
I have a raging bonger.
Jacob Bongers of the University of East Anglia.
I'm picturing his name right now, but with like the B emote, like with the red square.
Yeah.
Bongers.
Yeah, pushing P.
Pushing Bongers. Has found 192 examples of human spinal bones that have been threaded on reed posts
Spinal
and
bifida.
stone tubes in Peru's Chincha Valley. So the radiocarbon dates indicate between 1450 and 1650 AD. So what they think, I read this previously, that what this guy thinks is that these were graves that got desecrated by conquistadors looking for gold.
Right.
So all these burials all the bones and shit got fucked up, and then the natives of this valley, the Chincha people, went back to these graves and like threaded the bones back together
and reburied them.
and reburied them.
Interesting.
Because the Spaniards fucked them all up.
Right.
Fucking Spain.
And now they're fucking them up again because they're digging them back
now
up.
they're digging them back up again.
Goddamn English people.
With good intentions.
I guess. Hopefully they like bury them again or something.
Could be.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
They'll put
Like,
them
no, these are good for a museum.
They'll put them in a fucking museum somewhere.
Yeah. What else? What else did they find? 3 pendants discovered in a Nazi death camp. Oh, good. Polish archaeologist.
Something Polish. Don't even
Would-
try and say it.
Well, if I smashed my keyboard with my fist, I think I could probably write that. So they found
Wojciech
brooches.
Mazurek. I think that's his name.
Wojciech Mazurek.
I'm sure that was a very North American way of saying that.
Oh, that's Sobibor death camp in Poland. They found some brooches and shit.
Yeah.
Cool. Bronze helmets discovered in southern Italy. That's neat. And I read this one too, just briefly. So they found a helmet, a bronze helmet of Greek build. It had some Greek inscriptions on it and stuff. And some other shit. Just kind of neat. Like, it's amazing that archaeology has been a field of study for like probably 300 years or more.
Yeah.
And they still manage to dig up new shit all the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just a testament to how much shit there is.
There's a lot of shit.
It's garbage. And it's mostly garbage that people dig up, too.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. None of it is usually very important.
Usually, like, it's like a couple coins here and, you know, a jar full of, like, old olives or something.
Sweet.
A jar of honey.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
honey is one of the few things that will last forever.
Yeah.
Honey?
Yeah, like they found jars of honey in the pyramids that dated back to like,
I don't think it was in the pyramids. It was...
or in ancient Egypt.
It was
anyway.
in some burial...
But it's like
tombs in
3,000
ancient
years
Egypt.
old. And
Yeah.
as far as they could tell, there's nothing really wrong with it.
You
No,
can
they-
still make a peanut butter and honey sandwich.
If you wanted to.
Well,
yeah.
they believe... I think they cracked one of them open just to see what it looked like inside, and it had all crystallized.
Yeah.
Got all dry and crusty.
Yeah, it gets dry.
But yeah, otherwise it was fine.
Yeah. No, I know it does get dry. I mean, we're so used to like creamed honey here now. Like you don't really use just straight honey for much. Usually it's creamed honey here.
Yeah.
But which I don't know what that process is either. But
I think they whip the fuck out of it or something.
is that all they do? I don't know.
And probably add shit to it.
I'm assuming there's some sort of additives.
Yeah.
But
Well, just try
they-
to get some length out of the.
Well, you know how,
a set amount of honey and try to stretch it out a bit.
I think maybe they mix it with corn syrup
Probably.
that could be.
because that you can it stays liquid that way.
Yeah, or it stays spreadable because
Exactly.
honey, like we were saying, crystallizes.
Well, and you
gets
can
real
get
hard.
more, like a larger quantity.
Exactly.
Of honey.
You can like cut you take a pound of honey, or I don't know how you measure it. A liter?
Yeah.
Liter of honey and mix it with a liter of
I'm assuming,
corn syrup, and now you got 2 liters of honey.
Do they
Yeah.
weigh it? I don't know. I don't know what unit you use for
they-
measuring honey.
Do they use like bee stomachs to measure it?
Is that where it goes? I don't know.
Hives? Do they use hives?
I don't-
15,000 hives
Bee
of honey?
bussy.
Bussy.
Back on the bussy.
Yeah, 1,400 bee bussies in this thing.
Back on the bussy 2022.
They measure honey.
Weight.
It's weight. Okay.
Not fluid ounces due to the variable moisture content.
Makes sense.
That's too bad. It's one of those things, like, you know how there's like weird measurements for different stuff.
Mhm.
Like there's an old measurement for butter. What the hell is that called? Hold on, it's got a funny name.
Bussy. No?
A bussy of butter. There we go. Old time weights and measurements. All right. So 60 pounds of apples is a bushel. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we still use bushels.
Still use bushels.
Those are all just
Bushel, barrel, gallon.
gallons. What?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This is not what
That's
we're-
not helping. There's a how to measure butter. No. There's a funny
a
a
round.
round of butter,
A round?
but there's one that's larger than a round. I can't remember.
Around the world. Pound cake.
See, that sounds like an insult.
How much you go pound cake?
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, we're making pound cake. What'd you tell me to do?
Pound sand.
Big difference.
Somebody told me to pound sand like in conversation. I thought it was was it John?
It was me.
Yeah, I feel like that's something Gump would say.
I told you to pound sand.
Yeah, and that was on.
I
laughed
still
so-
say that. I tell people to pound sand.
Oh, I laughed so fucking hard.
I feel like that's still a common expression.
Why don't you pound sand down the eye of your cock? Calm down. You fucking calm down. Who the fuck's running this trailer park?
Yesterday, I spent like a solid 5 minutes of just watching a compilation of Ricky throwing things.
Just throwing a turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Through the turkey.
Then he threw a turkey at the police cruiser and broke the windshield. But like anyone would have done that.
Yeah.
Or where he throws the garbage. He has the 2 garbage bags, hucks the one into the trees.
Yeah.
The second one bounces off the eaves trough, catches it again, and then hucks it into the trees.
They could not have. That was like totally unscripted.
Oh, yeah, it was 100% unscripted. Most of that show was unscripted, though.
Yeah. You watch the blooper reel and you realize that they hardly even had, like, the lines were mostly improvised.
Oh, yeah.
I just like when Ricky steals the dryer.
Oh, yeah.
Dryer out of J-Rocks. He's like, when I stole their dryer, I probably shouldn't have done that, but fuck it.
Yeah, but fuck it. Oh, yeah. Well, if he's cruising along down the road, he's got the dryer on a shopping cart. And the thing's so high centered, so it hits a rock and dumps over, and he tries puts it back on, and it just falls off again. And he's like, fuck it. So he just leaves it in the middle of the road.
Well, he just fucked that dryer up.
Part of me wants to just be really poor, live in a fucking trailer park and live like that.
Yeah.
You could be rich and live in a trailer park, you know?
Yeah, but you can't live like that.
Yeah, but you can't live like that. Because if you actually have money, you can't.
That's
Can't do
true.
that.
Like, how could you? Hey, you got $20? I don't got that kind of cash.
Well, you could just say stuff like that.
I
you
do.
you just put on the act, you know?
Like, if John came over to my house and ate 9 cans of ravioli, like it would be a minor inconvenience because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have any ravioli left, but it wouldn't really be that big of a deal.
Right, yeah.
It'd be kind of a normal. Yeah,
Rick?
that's just what John
Hey,
eats.
Rick, did you eat all my pepperoni, bud? That's my last pepperoni. Yeah, as far as that goes, that wouldn't be nearly as funny because like you just
Like-
go to the store and buy more.
Yeah, like I could leave here right now and go buy a bag of zesty Mordaunt and it'd be fun.
Zesty Morton's.
I got that kind of cash.
Yeah,
I got
that kind of-
Zesty Morton cash.
Yeah.
$20. He's got that kind of cash.
It's a great program.
I've been trying to be more patriotically Canadian recently, so I've been trying to just
How so?
listen. I've been listening to basically strictly Canadian music.
Nice.
Yeah, lots of 5440 and
Hell yeah.
Some Gordon.
all that goes without say.
I know you're
That's
not
in
a
regular rotation.
I know you're not a fan of the Tragically Hip.
I'm not.
What
I
about,
know about
Chilliwack?
I like about 3 songs total from the
Yeah.
hip. Little Bones is still
That's a rocket
probably
song.
one of my favorite songs. But other than that, it's like I'm not a
Yeah.
big hip guy, which I
There-
feel like is sacrilege as a Canadian citizen to say I don't.
that's just because the CRTC basically elevated them to God status on the radio.
Yeah.
Well, they had to.
They had to pick some band, so they picked the hip.
Well, I mean, listening to Canadian radio is they have to have. I think it's like 60% or something.
I thought it
Yeah.
was less.
No. 51%, I thought.
It has to be over half. Anyways,
okay,
has to be
okay.
Canadian music. So we grew up listening to a lot more Canadian music than we really think that we did.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of songs and shit that Americans would be like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
They have no idea. Where it's a staple for us because we listened to it growing up
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. You ever listen to the Stampeders?
No.
What's that one song they do? It's been a while since I listened to it. They're from Calgary.
I
They had one
figured
hit.
as much.
They had one hit in like the late 70s.
Right there, Gumbert.
And
They're from Longview? Oh no.
yeah,
Rich Dodson.
what was their one song? Sweet City Woman was them.
Okay.
Hit the Road Jack, apparently.
This is 70s.
Hit the Road Jack. That would have been
Well,
a
they would
cover.
have redone that one. I
Yeah,
think. I think
because
yes.
that's Hit the Road Jack is
Wild Eyes.
Wild
Eyes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
song. Wild Eyes.
yeah.
All Canadian rock of that era has a similar tone to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can tell that it's Canadian. Like
Oh yeah, like the early 70s.
yeah, early
mid-70s.
70s Canadian rock.
Because when was
It's all kind of derivative in a way. Like even early Rush is like that. It
Yeah.
has that. Even they like went their own direction,
yeah.
but even their early stuff it has that same kind of hard. It's like a hard rock sound.
Yeah.
Because what's the one been is it Chilliwack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have that sound too.
Yeah.
I really like them.
I think they went harder than the Americans for in like early 70s. I think
Oh, yeah.
the Canadian rock bands went way harder.
Oh yeah, it was bush rock.
Yeah.
Bush rock is that's. I read an article on Nickelback. Oh, there goes the camera. That's okay. I
it
read an
just
article
die?
on Nickelback.
Memory cards.
And how they classify this guy who wrote the article classified Nickelback as being bush rock, which is basically the kind of music that Canadian young people play when they go to a bush party out in the field or in the woods or whatever.
Which is fair.
Which is, of course, that's what you're going to play. You're going to play like Nickelback, that kind of shit.
Mhm.
So
Burn it to the ground.
Yeah.
You know, like when we were, at creek parties or
Bro.
whatever. It's a classic.
Nickelback went hard right from the beginning.
Yeah, Nickelback never has not gone hard. And
I do enjoy.
and I know that
Nickelback.
there's lots of people that will fuck Nickelback. Nickelback's awesome. They're the good old boys from Hannah. It's just down the road. It's
An
got
hour,
like Nickelback.
hour away.
Yeah. I enjoy Nickelback, and not even because that they're somewhat local to
Yeah.
South Central Alberta, but just I think
No, they
they're
have a
pretty
good sound.
No, they got some good shit.
They merged the gap between like really heavy rock and mainstream rock.
Yeah, like the alternative
Yeah,
stuff.
they merged that gap, and that's how they got so big, right?
Yeah.
Because they like their early stuff went hard,
Yeah.
like really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
They obviously have gotten
Yeah, what was
softer but they've had some hard stuff here and there.
what was
but-
that first album I got? The album cover was
Oh,
just a
that
car
was-
driving down the road. Is that
that was their third album. That was
what's that album called?
Side of a Bullet.
Long Road?
Long Road. That was a
Or is
good
it
album
Long
too.
Road or
Was it Long Road? Hold on.
I can't remember. We talked about this not that long ago.
Yeah. Because I had that album on a fucking MP3 player, a $40 one from Walmart. Yeah, right there.
All the right
reasons.
reasons.
Yeah.
All the right reasons.
2005.
Long Road was the bridge.
Long Road. Yeah, 2003 Long Road.
Yep.
Silver Side. So that's the one I'm. Silver Side Up. That's the one I'm thinking.
Silver
of.
Side Up is a great album as well.
And that was their. Was that their first? No, the State.
The State was their first, I believe. Or no, Curb was actually.
Curb, then the State. So what was on Curb? They would have been like real
Yeah, this was like
small,
this was their first
debut studio.
But I
grunge.
think-
They were originally considered grunge.
They were considered grunge. Yeah.
Interesting.
But I would say that their first like big album would have been The Long Road.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's when they broke through to the American audience, I think.
Maybe. What was the one before The Long Road?
Or sorry, not the All the Right Reasons. That's the one I meant. I think that's like their big album. That's when they really broke through.
To American audiences.
Yeah.
Canadians knew about them for sure.
Yeah, The Long Road definitely. Yeah.
Because what was all on this one?
Because when I think of
Someday.
Like,
Someday was on this one. I remember hearing this on the radio
and
non-stop.
Feeling Way Too Damn Good, Figured You Out. Like, those are another Hole in the Head.
Yeah.
Like, these are huge hit songs. And that was the thing. Like, they were, a lot of these bands now, it seems like there's like maybe one or two actually good mainstream hits per album.
Yeah.
They had there's like 6.
yeah, banger after banger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And if I think
But that's why look
All
at
the Right Reasons.
Look at All the Right Reasons, all the songs on
That
there.
was a classic.
Rockstar,
Like they had some of their biggest songs are on this album. That's why I think
Photograph,
it's their
Animals,
Photograph, Saving Me.
yeah,
Rockstar.
yeah, Rockstar.
See,
Side of a
Rockstar, I
Bullet.
feel like really broke into the American mainstream.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what propelled them into that. Like, that's why they were so famous for so long. That's why everyone made fun of them.
Yeah, but Side of a Bullet that's a hard song. That's a good song.
I love
like
it.
it goes,
I even think
it goes hard.
Animals
That
is pretty
song,
hard too.
that song was on motocross games.
It was on MX versus ATV Unleashed.
Yes, that was the one. That had a banger soundtrack. That
Absolutely, it did.
game. There was Disturbed was on there. Mudvayne was on there.
Yeah, and then there's lots of good. All those old video games, and it created a whole generation of metalheads.
Yeah.
Was
And you didn't
early
even realize it.
2000s video game soundtracks were all hard rock.
Yeah.
It didn't matter if you were playing Chell or an ATV game or anything.
Yeah,
They were
Tony
all,
Hawk's
What's
had that.
what's real funny about that is because you're more focused on playing the game. That soundtrack always was rolling in the back of your head.
Yeah, it's
you
like
never really paid
subliminal
attention to
message.
the. Yeah,
It is.
you never
It's subliminal. 100%.
you never paid attention to the actual soundtrack, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy fuck! There's a lot of good shit out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Yep. I feel like most of my musical taste comes from video games in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Same here. Well, I suppose we should wrap it up here, boys.
All right.
We're out of film.
Yeah. Yeah. The old camcorder ran out.
Yeah. We need to get a better SD card. for
Yeah,
that
I
thing.
should purchase a bigger one.
Yeah.
This
It
one's
probably cost you $20.
It hasn't had the last little bit. Like that was it shutting off. Like,
Yeah, once it runs
said-
out of storage,
It said
ruin it.
memory card full. Yeah,
well, why are you keeping all the old shit on there? It only
don't.
holds
We
like 2
don't.
hours?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
need
records
a
in
bigger card.
HD.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. 1080p.
Yeah.
100p, buddy.
Sony technology.
Pushing P.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, thanks for coming, Sean.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see
No
you on the
problem.
next one.
Yeah.
Later.